Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. We continue with the Landmark series, Season 1. Tonight, we continue with Part 2 as we journey tonight deep into Southeast Asia. One of the most extraordinary sites ever built. Angkor Wat. Right. Angkor, I couldn't tell you, I spelled it wrong twice, but that's what we're doing this evening. So this place, built in the early 12th century by the Irish, it stands as the heart of the Khmer Empire and the largest religious monument on Earth. Tonight's flight will take us from Myanmar across Thailand over the city of Bangkok and then on towards Cambodia. We'll be tracing those ancient trade routes, the modern airways alike, before descending toward Siem Reap and the temples hidden beneath the forest canopy. We're going to be flying in the Beechcraft C90 GTX. LOL machine here in Flight Sim, and we're going to be live on the Southeast Asian server. We also got ourselves a groupie flight with Say Intentions. All the details are there and we should be rocking into that. Let's hope we don't blast through any Bravo airspace tonight. Right, but anyway, yes, hope you're all keeping terribly well. I was very busy the weekend, right? What did I do? So we had to pick up, well, we had to drop the young fella and then pick him up again. Hang on, let me tell you the story as it happened, right? So we were watching the rugby on Saturday. Well, the missus was watching it. I was kind of half watching it. Then we had to go to Limerick, dropped him off. I went into the range. We bought new knives and forks and spoons and things, right? Then we came home. We had some dinner. We watched television for maybe an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. And I went back down to Limerick, right? And it was a big transition year ball. Right? So anyway, picked him up, got home here at about 1:30, 2 in the morning, and I did a stupid thing because I was tired, and at around 11 o'clock I said, I'll have a can of Monster, right? 5 o'clock that morning before I saw sleep, I was lying in the bed wide awake, thinking of the farms, you know, well, them lot on the farms. So finally got to sleep, and then yesterday was just a busy day doing stuff. And here we are today. Did a video. Had to clean up the place and dust it and all this sort of jazz. It took all day to render. I don't know what's going on with me Adobe all day, but there's a new video live, that of the Man Cave tour. If you'd like to, we'll have a look. It's on YouTube. But anyway, that was kind of the start of it, right? And here we find ourselves now, about to go flying. And well, the C90, the Beech C90, it's actually a beautiful airplane. It's a default aircraft with the Sim. I'm almost certain it's not like, you know, any owl version of the Sim, right? So yeah, looking forward to flying this one tonight, man. It's gonna be a bit of crack. I have a great bunch of mods, you know that. Yep, always making sure I'm on point. No distractions, no slagging, no interrupt. It's all straightforward. Right, Murph, press this button next. Yeah, that's what they do, right? If you could only see the slagging. But anyway, great bunch of lads. Right, fantastic. Gibbo, like, wash your mouth out with soap. That's terrible. But anyway, yes, how are y'all keeping? Did you have a nice weekend? Was there much on the week? Well, there was rugby. There was good rugby on the weekend. And just apart from that, the C90 is premium. Oh, is it? Oh. Murph, my old MacBook takes 5 to 7 hours for a 75-minute video. Yeah, like, what the tip? Like, this is relatively good gear, right? It's good out stuff. But anyway, it's 8 degrees here tonight in Tipperary, and well, it's mild, dry, right? I go down to. I was on the road earlier on this morning to return a hire suit. Right, so I'm flat out today, lads. You know, and we're busy all week. It's great. And what else then? Oh yeah, the cold sore something on my lip. I woke up with a sore lip. Did you ever get that? Do you know, it was all kind of inflamed and all that. And well, the first thing the wife says, you know, who were you kissing? Do you know? So yeah, it's half fixed. You know, I nearly lost my face, but it's all right. I'll keep an eye on it, lads. Right? Try not to worry too much. I'll do the worrying for both of us. You know. But anyway, who's here? Look, Super Typhon has rambled into the chat. You're very welcome aboard, buddy. CP65 is here. Good day. Vacuum, good evening. Crazy fella, you're very welcome aboard. Viper Strike is here, about to land at Dublin from Barbados. Nice. Eamon 1973, a very good evening. The Upside Down Incorporated person, Mrs. TPHI, has rambled in. Good evening, Mrs. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy. Welcome in, buddy. North Coast Mike, good evening. Flipper Alloy is here. Creo, a very happy Monday to all in County Mayo. Stick Figures in the house. Spitfire, RAF 100. You're very welcome aboard, man. Happy Monday. APU Inspector is here. McManster, good day. 98 Vulcan, you're very welcome aboard. RJ Ramjet, howdy. The Impossible Face is here. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Who else come in the door? Crazy fella, 10 months with a Prime subscription. Thank you very, very much indeed for all the support, my dude. Norse Viking, good evening to you. Oh yeah, I need to get back to you on a DM. Right, I will. So yeah, hold fire. Mac Vision, how are you? Tarnish Mossman is here. Yeah, baby. Monday Night Flyage. Right, Sir Camsalot, my dude from Angoshlan Nua. How is she cutting, man? Gaseous Maximus is here. Good evening. Alberto, hope you're well. Tenured is here. Murph, I was just watching your video on your setup. Amazing. Also, it's not the hat that makes your head look funny. Yara, yeah. It is. The glasses and the hat. I've a normal head, you know, mallet head. It's a normal aspirated head. You know, it houses the brain, you know, and that does be flat out for an hour or two a day, you know. But yes, Grimmy McGinn, good evening. Stu Snape is here. Good evening, Stu. Hope you're well. Liptorius, happy Monday. Malky is in the house. Good evening, Malky. Fire10, welcome aboard. Muttley, happy Monday, man. Two Dogs, hope you're well, buddy. Big Al is here. Morning, evening, night, all. Great tour around Two-Tone HQ, Murph. Any more things and you'll need to build a new place for the office. Maybe buy a warehouse. Live in it. Not sure the missus will agree, though. I'd say she'd be, what, you're moving out to live in a warehouse? Grand. She'll starfish the bed. There'll be no snoring. You know, seemingly I snore. I don't believe that at all, but anyway. Yeah, no, I think, like, you know, the future ambitions, and like, these are just things you'd love, you know. Like, I'm starting off in this. Hello? Starting off, people are walking into my house. I'm about to bash in my knee! Oh! How are you, young fella? Is your mother back? She went out for a walk. Oh, Jesus, my knee. Is the door on the latch? Leave it on the latch in case you lock her out. Then we'll all be shagged if she got locked out. But anyway, yeah, like the long-term plan, of course, you'd love to have a bigger space, like an office-y kind of a thing. Like, I remember starting off in streaming, you see all this gear and you're like, oh, I'd love all that, you know. But it's terribly expensive. So you kind of just pick it up over the years, man, you know. And it's actually cool because you force yourself to learn how to make not so good gear work very well. So then when you do end up getting good gear, it's like, oh, this is brilliant. You know what I mean? But anyway, DK Funfly, good evening. Baba is in the house, welcome aboard. Daddy Plump, good evening. Rookie Pilot, 44 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Great to see you, buddy. Max says, Murph, I have a Super Bowl hangover, so keep it down. Oh yeah, the Future Ball. The Future Ball was on last night, wasn't it? Summoner, you're very welcome in. Just finished the behind the scenes video. Can you show us the Concorde model? I can't. Well, I'm not taking it down now, but I will someday. Because it's huge, you know, and it'll break. Well, it'll break me. And then it'll break. But yes, the Lego Concorde, it's fantastic. Jesus. The Lego Concorde is fantastic. You know, brilliant. Hermit Something, a very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well. Idle Cutoff is here. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Sun Jammer is here. Tonight we hear Murph get place names wrong again. Because in this place, they got big spiders. Oh, do they? Let's not go to the place of spiders, shall we? You know, we don't want that. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat, as he is in the Mons chat. Gibbo, straight to confession with you. Right, bar the soap. But welcome in. Viper Strike, thank you for 70 in a row. Cheers, buddy. Crafty Tigers, good evening. Cy120 is here. Cracker, you're very welcome aboard. Muse Fan bursts in the door with a confused face. How he is. His mad jokes is. Muse, a very happy Monday to you, buddy. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Welcome in. Sunjammer, thank you for 75 in a row. So I still watch this Egypt after 2 months. I must be mad or an Egypt. I reckon you could be an Egypt. Malky, thank you for 20 in a row. Proby Pete, happy Monday. Hope all is well in Arizona. Lear is in the chat. Happy Monday to you, Lear. QC Frank, Murph almost dropped me LG Dual up screen this morning. What? The arm clamp was loose. Almost dropped me laptop on an ultra wide at the same time. Jeez, Frank, that sounds like an awful lot of excitement to happen early in the morning. You know, go handy now. Tighten everything and don't even look at it. Yeah, right. Old Veteran 965. Scott, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Where is this now? 20 in a row. Thank you very much, The Impossible Face. Weedy Gaming is here. Hope you're well. Hi all. Waiting on the squeaky mic stand. Oh, right. Oh, tis absolutely in. Where's this now? Still on the sick list, but improving bit by bit, says Muttley. Thinking of you, my guy. Thinking of you. It's Monday, and it's acting like a Monday. Indeed, right? Where's this now? See the immediate change. After the crap he was talking about in the mod chat, and a split second later, he's all sweet and innocent. Listen, Muse fan, right? Now, right. That's all I can say to you. I've nothing else to say to you. It's lies, you know, false, no, fake news. Yeah. My watch is going mad. Oh, there's someone at the door again. But anyway, the forgetful Larry is here. Is the Plasticus fecus still growing at its normal rate? Yes, it is. I've 2 of them. Here's the other Plasticus fecus. Ficus, more ficus. No, fecus. Plasticus fecus. I've a few of them. They brighten the place up. You know, it's all outdoorsy without needing to be outdoors, you know. But you're very welcome in, Larry. B. Carlo, good evening. Thank you very much, Scott. You are indeed jealous. Murph, VDSA only opened in 2023, not in little nav map or the world map. An alternative flight plan. There's a VOR over the location. VDSA, that's the destination. Is it not in the sim? No. I thought it was in the sim, Nighthawk. Ross Code, good evening. Commander Balosh is here. Happy Monday. Black Sheep Gene, I haven't had time to watch your setup video yet. I will watch it on my 85-inch TV when I get home tonight. I'm sure it's another great video done by the legend, the one and only TTM. Black Sheep Gene, you're very kind. Isn't that lovely, isn't it? But also, you know, what are you planning? Right? There's an ambush in that sentence somewhere. Patrick Doyle, good evening. Ozymandias is here. Ross says, will we see it on the dance floor at FS Weekend? I'm not sure where we're going to the dancey dance. Disco dance. You know, a Euro disco dance. Right, you know, Gibbo will. Muse fans doing karaoke as well. In actual fact, he's going to be busking out near bus stops. Yep. I have that in good authority. And Adam is playing poker somewhere. Or learning how to play. He's never played it before. He's going to learn how to play poker. Yes. Murph, on my old MacBook. Yeah, that's nuts, Frank, isn't it? Monster will do that to you. Red Bull doesn't give you the wings. It just keeps you awake. Yeah, you know, Monster I like. I'll only like the white Monster. Like, you know, it reminds me of Lilt. Right? That is my go-to drink if I'm going to have like a sugary drink. Otherwise, it's water or that. How are you? All good? Huh? She has returned. You didn't lock her out, so... See the way now, he was about to lock you out, Mr. Two-Tone, and I said, Jesus, don't do that. What about me? I saved you from having to stay outside. I'm a very great husband to have, protecting you and guarding you from, like, the terrors of the night. They mostly come at night, you know. Mostly. She's going to come in here and bash me over the head or something. The C90 is indeed a premium aircraft. Balls. Energizer's here. Good to see you. Whose bright idea was it to give us minus 15? Wait, what? Minus 15? Jesus. It's been quite a grand... Oh, wait. It's been quite grand on the mod chat. Don't you encourage them? You know... the super game went well, says CP. Ooh, but a match that went wrong for some people. Had a cold sore since 2020. Me or you, Super Tie? Right. Angry Bee, good evening. Idle cut off, brown paper bag, please. Wait, what? Love your behind the scenes video, says Patrick Doyle. Thank you very much. I was the first like. How many brownie points is it worth? 7 brownie points. Thank you very much indeed. Don't spend them all in the one virtual place, but thank you very much indeed. B. Carlo, thank you for 5 in a row. Mr. TPHI, good evening, welcome back from a day's work. Pull up a chair. In a box, man. He's in a box, man. It's good to see you, buddy. Happy Monday. Clan Jammer is here. Welcome in, Clam. Backlight, good to see you, buddy. Crazy Fella is here. UTB, welcome aboard. No worries, Murph. You'll do it when you get to it. No, I will, 100%. Free Spirit, good to see you. Hope you're keeping very well. Good to see you, bud. Stu Snape went shooting shotguns yesterday morning. Didn't know how much I'd be aching today. Right, the shoulder especially. You have to get it in there good and tight. Right. Now, to be honest, usually it's whatever's at the far end of the barrel is going to be worse off. But you do get, don't you? You know, I convinced one of the lads to shoot it from his hip one day. Come on, yeah, can you? Oh, yes. The bruise on his hip, hilarious, right? But anyway, normal short on hair. Wait, what? Paul is here, good evening. Kazaki, welcome aboard. Normal aspirated head as opposed to a turbocharged hybrid-powered one. Yeah, it's like a little 1 litre turbocharged, kinetic energy system head. That's what I've got. Flying Tonight is here. Good evening. Hope you're well. Gunho Guy is here. Vespia, welcome in. Adam Controls. Grand job on the Man Cave tour, Murph. We'll need some links for some of the gear you have. 100%. Let me know. Toto, Manic Monday, here at last. Good evening. Hope you and the missus are keeping very well. Zybok is here calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Heisenberg, good evening. Another man out shooting. Stu, there should be some sort of a competition. Stu Snape will be representing, Europe, and Heisenberg will be representing North America. If anyone else is into target shooting, perhaps, maybe we'll go countries, right? I'll be the fella who throws up the dishes or the clays. Yep. Right, I'd be good at that, I'll probably break more of those throwing them up in the air than I would trying to shoot them. Vince C, good evening. Get Two-Tone Jr. married off in a few years, then knock into his bedroom for extra space. Jesus, Eamon, you could be onto something there. There's a good chance the wife would literally kill me if I did that, though. Looking forward to seeing, indeed, the Angkor Wat. We don't need to talk about last night's football, says Adam Controls. Were you dressed there in all the jersey and, the beer and the peanuts? Go sports! Right. It was on at 3 o'clock this morning? No, it wasn't that early. Or that late. What time was it on at last night? 12 or something. But yes, Zerg, good to see you, Zerg. How do you describe your hair? Sparse. Jesus. It consumes 80% of the house electricity bill, and your response will probably be, sure, it could be grand. Now, Robert J56, good to see you, my guy. Hope you're well. Linny is here, good evening. I was a glass cage of emotion. Brilliant. Well, that's me told. Right, Muse. Locust, good evening. Where is this now? We're catching up now. Tarnish 5 in a row. Cheers, buddy. If it takes any longer, it'll be dark. Wait, what? Nice one. Get him into trouble. Yeah, 100%. Where's this now? Lilt is still about. It's just branded as Fanta. It's not, though. Lilt was different, Zith. I mean, it was totally tropical. A can of Lilt, and it had to be a can of Lilt. None of this bottled stuff with the plastic. No. Had to be a can of Lilt, only spiders at night. Oh, Jesus. Keep an eye on one eye open tonight, right? Where's this now? She's getting the pan. Blink twice if you live in constant fear of your wife. Cornwolf, good evening. Hope you're well, my guy. Great to see you. -15. It was -33 with Nighthawk. Jesus. Work. That is a 4-letter word. Wash your mouth, right? Didn't help. The gun was heavier than me. Brilliant, Stu. Do you know there was such a contraption back in the First World War? There's one up in the Curragh in the museum, or at least there was. It was called a German trench gun. Now, I used to be in artillery, so a gun is something that has wheels. People say, sure, no, a gun has wheels. You mean a rifle or a sidearm? But a gun, this was called a trench gun, but it was a big, massive rifle. It was about 12 feet long. It took 2 people to fire the thing. A trench gun, look it up. Nuts, right? Still working. Don't tell the boss I'm watching or he'll fire me. Aren't you the boss? Don't tell him. Jesus, it's grand. Don't worry about it. Now, where's this now? We're over here. We're catching up now, lads. We're almost ready to go. Hummer is here. Hi from a cold Scotland, you poor old divil. Jan Moorcamp is in the chat. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. I don't want to talk about it, I said. Sorry, Adam. The football, right. He's in he's an emotional kind of a creator this morning, Start at 11:30. Right. Now, a nice chilled can of Lilt. Pure class, right? The High Kings of Europe, they'd often have a can of Lilt. Back in the day, right? Read again. I said, or I would fire me. Oh, wait. or I would fire me. Brilliant. Right, quick hello to everyone here on YouTube. You're very welcome in, lads. Mark Swan is here. The Limbics, hope you're well, buddy. Let me see. Bears Bikes, good to see you again, buddy. Captain Rudiger, guten Abend, mein friend. Hope you're well. Rudio, I like it. Good to see you, buddy. Zappel, a very good evening to you. Angels15 is here. Ekrin, is it? No, it's not. Is it Akron? Welcome in. Muttdog, good evening. Who's this now? Jerry is in the house. Forsac Shark, good evening. High Voltage, welcome aboard, buddy. Sky Camry is here. Big Steve is in the house. Leonardo da Vinci, you just retired. Congratulations. That's huge news. Leonardo da Vinci, this is the beginning of the rest of your life. Brilliant. Right. See you next Monday. Don't get up till 11 o'clock. And if you used to work nights, get up at 11 o'clock, right? Brilliant. Congratulations, bud. Mav Wings is here. Rich Gillen, good to see you. Northland Air, you're very welcome aboard. Atlas Commander's in the house. Now, let me see. Mart Roberts, good evening. Mike Coffey, good to see you, man. Yes, the Olympics are on. They're giving it socks, aren't they? Absolute socks. Speaking of guns, we, or rather the estate agent, found me late granddad's Lee Enfield locked away in a cupboard during a property viewing. The old 303. I fired one of those years ago, Lee Enfield. It's been pushing buttons. Oh, wait, I've been pushing buttons and I no longer see people. Uh-oh. Aviation Tyler's here. Good to see you. Let me see here now. Alexander, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Right, we'll be jumping into it, lads. And we press some buttons. Riot. That's not me now. You know, if you're hearing squeaking, it's on your side, right? Now, you're all very welcome in. And tonight, friends, we're going to be doing a flight in this C90. And we'll be using Navigraph. So this is what our routing looks like. We're going to be flying here out of Myanmar, and we're going to be heading over the city of Bangkok. I'll have some scenery loaded in. We'll see how that plays. So we'll do a bit of a fly over Bangkok, and then it's out on over to Siem Reap. And, well, just outside of the airport, roughly here, is where we have the Angkor Wat. All right? So that is our flight according to...
Oh, Jesus.
Navigraph. And the next bit we're going to show you here is from Say Intentions, because this, friends, is our groupie flight. So we're flying this on the story now tonight, right? So who do we have? We got a couple of people loaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people loaded in. Participant says 8, but it's 10 of us. And this is using the groupie. My watch goes hatch him under someone at the door, but it doesn't go hatch him under someone outside the door. Twas the missus. Twas the missus. That's our flight according to Luke. I don't like Luke. Brilliant. What was that out of? It wasn't Father Ted, was it? It was Father Ted. I don't like Luke. The trench gun came from the huge large shotgun called a duck or a punt gun. Sunjammer, yeah. Oh yeah, Tommy Tiernan. Brilliant views. You know. Don't like Luke.
I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
And Zebedee was in the tree, and he's jumped. Zebedee, get out of the tree! Oh, brilliant. Anyway, you need to have an alarm for when she pulls out the frying pan. No, that's just like shock and awe. So anyway, we have our own pilot-to-pilot radio frequency that we can use, and there is a link, of course, into our voice channel as well. Right? So that's all running in the background. And what we're going to do here, folks, we're going to get this machine up and running. So that's a door open. So here we are with the Beech C90. It's the GTX variant, highly polished, modern, and you know, when it comes to the King Air series, the C90, it's quite small, right? It's the compact version compared to, say, the 200 or the 350 or, you know, the most modern 350i. Beautiful aircraft. You often see these as private aircraft, some of them used for charter, but you also see them for maritime support. I think the US Coast Guard use these, or I've seen them in a US livery. They're just a gorgeous aircraft, and Textron went with that new kind of Beechcraft kind of livery, and I think it looks absolutely stunning, right? So this is what we're going to be flying this evening. Now, it is a base aircraft in the sim. I think it's a Coronado plane, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's mid. Good man, Rex. Yeah, 747, man, Rex. I think it was Coronado who made this. But yeah, a very, very pretty looking machine. And as I said, not as big as the King Air 350, but not far off it. Very, very similar. They're almost identical, right? So we'll jump into the cockpit here, and we'll go ahead and get the door closed. Let's just double check that's all closed there behind us, which it is. Another advantage of using Flow Pro, like if I wanted to open that door, it automatically puts you outside the aircraft. With Flow, you have options to open and close doors without you going outside of the aircraft. Freaking brilliant, right? Brilliant. Right, so before we get going here, let's go in and check our fuel quantity. We're going to go 80%. Rule of thumb, I always go 80%. That gives us plenty of scope for cargo and passengers and all the jazz. All right. Now, so what we have here, well, beautiful, beautiful cockpit. Circuit breakers are indeed modelled, which is a great bit of stuff. And we also have some very fancy Collins avionics systems. So they're not your general run-of-the-mill Garmin stuff. Well, Garmin isn't run-of-the-mill, but what we're used to be with like a 430 or a 530. Do you know what I mean? So can you get a lift? You can, Zybok, come on in. Right, so what we're going to do, well, procedural wise, well, we have our fuel cutoff valves, our condition levers, right? These are Pratt & Whitney PT6s, right? We've two of them, so we need to be careful with these, with hot starting them. We have our prop, they'll go full forward. Landing gear is in the down position, which is what we want. Flap is in the up position. If we disappear the yokage, we'll go ahead and turn on the battery. Now, there's one thing that this aircraft suffers from, and it just hasn't been fixed, you know, since ever, and it's the aircraft engine sounds. They are quite low. The aircraft engine sounds are quite low on this machine. Not much we can do about it, but we'll see how we get on. So let me see. We're going to go our transfer pumps to auto, booster pumps on, and we can see our fuel starting to come alive here now, right? Generators are currently off. We will turn on the anti-ice. That's effectively our inertial separator for the engines, all right? Auto feather, leave it off for engine start. We'll go ahead and turn on the nav and beacon light. Get the tail flood on here as well, just for gas. And let me see, reset our barrow, reset our directional indicator, and everything else is in the off position. So we're okay. Fuel boosters are running. The engine auto ignition, we're going to put these guys onto arm.
Okay.
Your man has a great voice. Taz is here. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. After 1 year, I now know that I have this plane as a premium deluxe owner. There you go. There's a fair few Coronado stock planes. This, the Saab, the Titan, and the 408 come to mind. They just need work. Like, they need proper work. I mean, technically they fly, but in terms of being aircraft that may have persuaded you to go for a higher level of the sim, they are substandard. They're just substandard. So, like, someone somewhere needs to say, we need to fix this. Wouldn't you agree? You know? So, yeah, let's see what happens. So, let me see. Reese is here. Good to see you, buddy. So we're going to go for start on the right-hand side. Actuators, leave them off here for the moment. Idle cutoff is what we want. Let's have a quick look. There's no one walking around outside. No, stand back now. It'll get loud. And we'll go for ignition on the right-hand side. And again, like, this is, like, it just lacks any sort of sound. You should get a beautiful sound of that PT6. You know, the spool up is gorgeous, you know. Idle cutoff. Good evening. Hope you're well. So that's technically running. Condition lever goes into low idle. We've got to monitor our ITT for a hot start, NG for a hung start, and the torque is looking good here. So prop is coming up. ITT looked like it peaked, and we're going to wait for torque to get up the road here to about 50%. There she fires. We're going to go off and turn off the starter. And we will engage the right generator. And there's a start on our left engine. Repeat the process on the right engine. Repeat the process now for engine 1, or the left side. Slowly but surely coming to life. I know they have evolved past it, but love to see Black Square do their own steam gauge overhauls. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. Okay, left side coming up.
828, taxiing runway 16.
And we'll put our fuel in. Ignition's doing this thing. Close the window. She's coming up as a good start. All right. We'll go generator on. Lovely. Ignition off. All right, let's quick look here. So keep those in auto. Actuators are okay on main. Auto feather we will arm. Batteries okay. Secondary systems for the battery effectively. Avionics coming on board. Rico lights, turn them on. Fuel vent, no. Pitot heat can come on. Looking good over there. Taxi light, we're going to be using you next. Strobes, leave them off. We'll also get our bleeders on, so valves are open. And get our no smoking and fasten seatbelts signs on. Now it's saying that there's no flight plan here.
System test.
Okay. Best sound in the world. We can go in and actually program all of this if we wish, but I'm just going to fly this on kind of heading mode and alt mode. So initial altitude for this one, we're just going to go in and set 4,500. And we'll put on our flight directors. Everything else up here is looking okay. Squawk machine. We're on. So how do we squawk this? Let me see. We need to go to like TA mode. How do we do that now? Terrain radar, leave that on. Let me see here now. Strobes, no. How do we set the squawk? ATC is here, but how do we get the code? You know what I mean? Nav? Radar? References? Aha, we're getting close. Inches of mercury or hectopascals, that's fine. VOR, TCAS, there we go. Traffic, format, terrain, traffic. TCAS off, traffic on. Right, that'll do it there. 7,000 will be the right code. I think so. Dennis C, thank you very much indeed. What would be a great non-study level GA twin aircraft to purchase? I would still say, Dennis, look at Black Square, because put it this way, right? For your investment, you're buying a study level aircraft. However, they allow for users who don't want that study level. You can turn all those features off, right? And it'll act as just a very basic aircraft. But the advantage there is your money's going to go a little bit further because, but you know, once you get comfortable with the aircraft, you now have the ability to make sure it's now study level, right? So, yeah. Very new to say intentions, but gonna try it. Crazy fella, brilliant. Speaking of which, we need to tune the radios. 124850 is incorrect. So say intentions, our group is on 123135, 123135. And what's the active runway today, fellers? So we have either 16 or 34. What's the wind doing? Don't really know. Let me see. We're going to taxi. We'll taxi 16.
They're calling for.
What runway are you using? 070 at 2. You're getting a 3 knot headwind on 34. Right, one way. Oh, headwind. Okay, 34 it is. Make sure I'm on live weather. I think I am.
16, Murph.
Roger, we'll go runway 16. Thanks. Myanmar traffic, November 235. Romeo Mike is a Beech C90 taxiing from the ramp. We're going to back taxi on runway 16, Myanmar. Quiet. Lights. Taxi. Actuators. Off the brakes. Fixed. My genius. Who am I kidding? It was a blonde moment. Uh-oh. All right, let's have an look here. My cursor has bugged out. Ah, you big muppet. We had it like at 8. Look at this stupid cursor. Why does it do silly things? Right, now we're laughing. I think. Now, as far as I know, this taxiway doesn't run the length of the runway, so... but there's a bit of a queue down there, so we're just going to...
Approaching runway
cut across the grass. I suggest a Seneca by Jetstream. Is that any good, Atlas? We'll taxi on the grass. It's nice and soft here. Bang, wallop, bang, wallop. Get a strobes on here as well. Oh yeah, it's proper bouncy here, look. Although we are moving fairly fast. Easy now. Isn't it a cool looking plane though, isn't it? This is a gorgeous looking aircraft. I'd love a bit more depth to it. Not to flaps. The Indy 406 would be decent. Never thought of it. Yeah, the Indy 406 is excellent. And again, it's... I mean, there is a lot of depth to that aircraft. Actually, yeah, that's a brilliant shout, Malky. The Indy 406, because it's multi-role, you'll have more enjoyment with it. You can use it for maritime, you can use it for passengers, cargo, cameras. You know what I mean? Rex, you're some ticket. I mean, I love the fact that you fly with us. I'm just puzzled as to why you always go for, like, you know, huge, enormous planes. You love the C90, Gregor? I just wish there was a little bit more depth to it. It's great because we have different avionics. That Collins system takes a while, right? Caranado not do a PC-12 too. In the sim they do, but if you want a PC-12, go with the Simwork Studios one. You know. Man, Rex, keep her lit there now. It's just ridiculous. What can you do? We don't know what he's actually flying. There's a plane on top of a plane. We don't actually know what he's flying. So, oh Jesus, don't scrub the tires, Murph. Anyone looking at this, they're like, oh, this is so unrealistic. No, it's not. This is what happens in the real world. Planes are always this close to one another. I didn't turn on Join FS for Kozaki. Bedrock, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Myanmar traffic, November 235, Romeo Mike, taking off runway 16, departing to the east. Myanmar. Riot! Power coming in. Off the brakes. Takeoff power set. And airspeed live. I just hit pause there for a second because it looks freaking weird, doesn't it? Might get a PC at the end of school. Nice! Bedrock, yeah, hope you're well, buddy. Right, now we're live. 80 knots coming in. Wexford Hurler, good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, 100.
On runway 16 remaining.
Easy.
9,800 feet.
Huge runway. Alright, positive rate of climb. Bring the gear in. Man tarnish. It's going to be one of those days. Flaps in. Yaw dampener on. Oh man, look at all the forest here. This is gorgeous. Look at this. Mad looking flyby. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? Alright, getting a bit of altitude. Oh man, this scenery is absolutely nuts. Look at this, it's gorgeous. Alright, we'll get past this bit of a mountain and then we'll circle back, right? We'll do a bit of a loop. Daniel is here, good evening. Hope you're well. Right lads, so if you're currently flying along, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. Xbox and PlayStation, press 1. PC is number 2. If you're using Join FS or Skynet, it's number 3. Right, and for those of you who know that Murphy can't count, it's press number 4. Well, hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream Monday to Friday, 2000 Zulu time, right here. What the? I pressed the wrong button. We're okay. Right. So we want to get up to 4,500. So let's have a quick look at what we're doing here. So let me see. We're going to go heading sync, lock it in. Altitude is selected. Do we have a... We do. We'll V-speed it. We'll go autopilot on. V-speed up the hill. No, V-speed up the hill. Okay, so 4.5. That was quick. We locked it in, right? That's right. Turboprops are very loud. Not on this thing, man. These are quiet as. But in general, yeah, they should be loud. Okay, left turn coming in, right? And we're just going to circle it all the way around. Velo is here. Good evening. 28 on the PC, 1 on console, 3 on Skynet. Well, we've more on Skynet. We can see it on the map. We've loads. We have all these lads. Man, that's friggin' awesome, isn't it? I love this. Groupie is brilliant. And remember, it's free. All you need to do, sign up for a free 24-hour pass with Say Intentions, and then you can just run Groupie after that. It's fantastic. 3-blader's often the loudest. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You think like 4 blades, but 4 blades are more efficient into it, you know? Oh, you're in the Mitsubishi, Kozaki. Nice, man. Nice. I am there now. We turn on Join FS for you. Up you devil you. Alright. Alright, so as we circle around, we're heading out to our first stop of the night. It's going to be over Bangkok. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this all kind of comes alive in the sim. So, engine conditions and stuff. Well, ITT is okay, torque is okay, prop is okay, and our N1 a little bit high. Ease you back a little bit. Everything else here is looking good. I didn't put in any ranges or stuff. As I said, we're just flying kind of heading mode. Winds are calm. But like, isn't it a gorgeous airplane? Like, it's great for sightseeing, you know? Can I run Groupie already having Entourage, or do I still need a 24-hour trial? I think you need a 24-hour trial. Because it gives you the application then, do you know? Like a ski jumper at the Olympics, I've jumped into this chat. Keane Lafford, good to see you! Keane Lafford, also known as Sergeant Detective Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad. It's good to see you, buddy. Alright, there's Danny Malloy ahead of us. We're just turning on course here now. We need a heading of about 09 or 5. We'll go 10 degrees off just to kind of get us onto that magenta line, and then we'll kind of swing into action. 777, good evening. You'll get Microsoft Flight Sim and a full setup too. Nice. Alright, 09 or 5. Roughly this direction. This scenery is absolutely gorgeous. It's all like forest land and whatnot, but like, it's just... I absolutely love this with Flight Sim, man. I mean, like, look, we're adventuring to all sorts of places around the globe. It's just, it's incredible. It really, really is. And I always say this, but like, could you imagine where the sim is going to be at in 5 or 6 years' time? Like, it's frightening. Absolutely frightening, do you know? But anyway, we're going to do some learning. Are you ready now? The Angkor Wat, the temple city of the Khmer Empire. So it's located near Siem Reap in northwestern Cambodia. It is the world's largest religious structure by area, built in the 12th century. It covers roughly 400 acres within a moat-encircled rectangle measuring about 1.5 by 1.3 kilometers. The temple complex was originally constructed as a Hindu shrine dedicated to the god Vishnu by the Khmer king, Suri Avarman II, who reigned between 1113 and 1150. Over time, it became a Buddhist sanctuary and a potent symbol of Cambodia. Today, it appears on the national flag and draws millions of visitors every year. In 1992, the UNESCO World Heritage Committee inscribed the Angkor and its surrounding temples onto the World Heritage List, citing their outstanding universal value and also the continuity of traditions maintained by local communities. Weebles, good to see you, buddy. Happy Monday. Thank you very much indeed. Or thank you very much indeed. You do indeed have you have a tortoise cat. Nice. Thank you for 13 months, buddy. Cheers, man. That's awesome. Right, small little left hand here. So the historical background, right? The Khmer Empire, centered at Are you ready now? Yashad Haripura, right, flourished between the 9th and 15th centuries when King Suryavarman ascended the throne at around 1113. He sought to consolidate his rule by building an unprecedented templed city. Suryavarman's rise was violent. According to an inscription, he killed his great uncle. Wait for it. Dahran Edin Raravarman the first, as I wasn't talking to you. The other thing went off. Why did you go off? Anyway, as Garuda on a mountain ledge would kill a serpent, was the inscription. He later launched military campaigns into present-day Vietnam, but also reopened diplomatic relations with China. The king venerated Vishnu, the protector god. A statue of Vishnu was installed in the center tower, and the most celebrated bas-relief, the churning of the sea of milk, depicts gods or devas and demons, asuras, pulling the serpent Vasuki to churn the cosmic ocean and produce the elixir of immortality. After his death, Suryavarman was given the posthumous name Param Avishanuloka, meaning he who is in the supreme abode of Vishnu. Ooh. That's absolutely fascinating when you think about it. Historic context, I'm very much focused on European history, right? The Romans, Greeks, Napoleon, of course, right? But it was all European, and their pagan beliefs and their, the political side of it, the intrigue side of it, the social impacts, right? The military impacts. It's all terribly fascinating to me. I know very little of the Asian side of it. I'm aware of dynasties and all this sort of crack, and Kyoto and Japan, and I'm aware of it. I know very little about it. But here we are in a region of the Khmer Empire. They were an empire. It's fascinating stuff, right? So construction likely began around 1122, and it continued until around 1150 of this massive building we're going to visit. Inscriptions suggest that roughly 300,000 workers and some 6,000 elephants were involved with the construction. The Khmer engineers excelled in using sandstone. Between 5 and 10 million blocks, each weighing up to 1.5 tons, were quarried from the Phnom or Nam Kulin, which was 50 kilometers away, in which they transported it via a network of canals and rafts down the Siem Reap River. What? A bowl of what's this now? 90% of your audience is European. We're actually not. My cruise speed is currently at 210 knots, but I'm going to slow that devil right down. Right. San Diego, right? Wales, what now? No, yeah. At Tanagra. At Tanagra! Brilliant! I'm missing the chat because I'm reading my notes. Gibbo has left the chat, right? Where's this now? This is a tough listen, not going to lie. Lear!
Under 200 knots.
Lear, listen, you'll be amazed what you learn, right? Murph, you're aware of Dynasties, the TV show? No, I didn't see that. 11:52 to 11:59, then dinner. Yeah, right. No, I don't think I've seen Dynasties, the TV show. But anyway, they transported somewhere between 5 and 10 million blocks, each block weighing up to 1.5 tons, which were quarried 50 kilometers away. What? Crazy. And they did so using a network of canals and rafts down the river. Laterite, a clay-rich stone, formed the core of the walls and hidden structural elements, with sandstone used for visible surfaces. Builders fitted the smooth sandstone blocks with tight joints. Without mortar, they used a sort of mortise and tenon joints, dovetails and gravity. Elephants, quar ropes, pulleys and bamboo scaffolding were also employed. To excavate the moat around the temple, workers moved around 1.5 million meters squared of sand and silt. Beneath the central tower, a shaft leads to a chamber where 2 pieces of crystal and 2 gold leaves were found. Such deposits were meant to energize the temple spiritually. It gets easier once we get close to, DuckTales. Do you remember DuckTales? DuckTales. Great bunch of lads. Do you remember the song? So the workforce of this, right, get an idea. So they started making this, we reckon, 1122, was finished by 1150, give or take. Some 300,000 workers were involved. 6,000 elephants, between 5 and 10 million blocks of sandstone, each weighing up to 1.5 tons. Unbelievable. So Angkor Wat combines 2 classical Khmer temple forms, the Temple Mountain representing Mount Meru, home of the gods, and the concentric galleries representing mountain ranges. Its architecture is a cosmological map. Moat as a cosmic sea. A 190 meter wide moat surrounds the complex, symbolizing the cosmic ocean. Visitors cross the moat via a sandstone causeway lined with naga, serpent, balustrades, echoing Hindu creation myths. In Hindu cosmology, crossing the sea represents leaving the ordinary world for the sacred. Enclosure walls as a mountain range. After the moat, devotees pass through successive enclosure walls and gopura, or gate towers, that evoke sacred mountain ranges. Each gateway ushers the pilgrim into progressively holier spaces. Then we have the central sanctuary towers as Mount Meru. As the centre stands 5 towers arranged in a quincunx. 4 towers are corners and a central tower. The tallest tower rises about 55 metres. The towers represent the 5 peaks of Mount Meru and the dark sanctuary beneath the central tower, symbolising the cave where the deity descends. We also have then astronomy here, because the entire complex is oriented west instead of the usual east. Scholars suggest that this orientation implies some sort of funerary purpose, because west is associated with death. Others think it's because Vishnu is associated with the West. Astronomer architect Eleanor Manica observed that the temple's north-south axes of the central sanctuary measure 13.43 cubits, matching Angkor's latitude of 1341, implying the Khmer were aware of the Earth's curvature. What? Manica also identified lunar alignments where priests standing on the western causeway could observe the moon's movement against the towers. Recent research has identified numerous solstice alignments across the Angkor Wat and nearby temples. There's some 70 of these alignments connecting the structures to the sun's annual cycle, underscoring their role as the microcosmic models of the cosmos. What? That's absolutely friggin' nuts. The world was not flat to these lads. Where is this now? Twin what now? Pardon? What did I say? Yeah, that's right. They found another much larger ruin next door. Yeah. I think Count Duckle voiced that. But, right? Murph, if built... if Irish built this, they would have built it in the quarry to save all the moving around. 100%. We'd have used the quarry closer to it. Yeah. That's fantastic. Corrupt Cow, good to see you, buddy. You forgot the song. How did it go? Life is like a hurricane here in Duckworth. Something aeroplanes. It's a Duck's world. No, that's not the original. Shag off, give me the... This is very important. Yes! If this won't get stuck in your head, I don't know what will. This is a great show. That's what happened to Gibbo. He never watched DuckTales. DuckTales, a great bunch of lads. Look at the state of this. Live weather, lads. There's Mr. TPHI, Ryder, Chrissy Frank, Mr. Minimite. You see Travis over there, Sapper, Starbug, Ivan Cutoff, North Coast Mike, is it Orpheus, Hydra, Corsair, Debo, Robert. Do I have pictures? Mrs. TPHI, we can actually see the name Mrs. TPHI in the side of your airplane. That's fantastic. I imagine you must have spent some time wondering, could you code that to be upside down, right? Isn't it all happy, upbeat music, you know? We're going on an adventure. With the DuckTales, right? Ducks. Second cousins of Donald Duck and all this sort of crack, you know? But anyway, I digress. We continue on. Are we having fun learning this? There'll be questions later, don't worry. So...
with 3 whiskey, we're going to go ahead and cancel flight following.
Oh, he's cancelling flight following.
I'm the big switch, good buddy.
A button was pressed and scared me. Empire Kicking is in the chat. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you had a great stream. You're very welcome, lads. Making me want to go back to Disney World again, right? Lear, don't tell me you never watched DuckTales. You haven't lived. You know, a cool new documentary just aired on PBS last week about the Angkor Wat and their latest research. Oh, really, Gregor? Nice. That could be some homework for you to figure out for me, Murph. Mr. TPHI, it took me a solid hour learning how to do upside down text on friggin' Adobe. Right? How do you make the thing go the other way? I was able to, you know, turn it around and then I put it upside down, but it read the wrong way. Yeah, it way too long. But anyway, it's easy, says Cornwolf. Right. Well, to be fair, Cornwolf could just make it a livery based on it, you know. Come here, right? Speaking of videos, now you'd be interested to know this, right? Speaking of videos, yes, I put out my own video there today, but I was watching G-Lock's video. G-Lock has just like one of the nicest setups you'll ever see in flight sim for general aviation. It's absolutely gorgeous, and he's a genius. He's a genius, right? But he had something pretty cool, and I was like, man, I want to do that. And effectively what he's able to replicate is lighting. The lighting will actually, his lighting will adjust based on what's happening with a sim. And I saw this and was like, hang on, I need to be able to do that. So I've now figured out how to do it. Right? Let me see. Herky, good to see you, buddy. Just saw the Man Cave video. What is the shelf you mounted the MCDU on? I need that in your life. So I got it over on Amazon, right? I don't think there's a name on it. There's no name in it. But it's just like, get the measurements. That is the shelf there. It's on these arms. Ah, but they're pinching me thumb. Oh, jeez. Right. It's on these arms. And then you have a little reset button to kind of close them. And that literally just lives here beside me. And then I use it for my FMS or MCDU. It's also strong enough. I mean, you could easily, if you wanted, you could easily put a joystick on it, right? The Govee lights can do that with the HDMI box. They only do it for gaming now. No, hang on, Cornwolf. You can do it without that box, right? A wee thumb nip. No, it caught the, you know the bit with your thumb. Look, there's a mark on me thumb. I nearly lost me thumb. That's tonight's crash covered, right? So what I can do, right? Hang on now. Govee desktop, right? This may or may not work. But if you have Govee lights, yeah, look, none of this stuff is connected. Why is that now? Hang on, we'll go into the app and turn it on. Device settings. So table lamp 1, that's what this one here beside me is called. And I want to show you this, right? This is pretty cool. Put it this way, lads. You can buy 2 Govee lights. They're like 40 quid for the 2 of them. Put them on either side of your sim setup. Use this app, which is free from Govee, and I'll show you what this thing can do. It is nuts, right? This is nuts. So I want to connect, let's just say, the table light. Can we get a refresh here, Chief? So we'll call this Flight Sim, I suppose. Now, if the software is going to be buggy, well then I'll have to find another software, you know what I'm saying? Table light 1. Here we go.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
AZ Blue Line, thank you very much indeed. So why won't these connect now, you devil? Land control on. Okay. So we've table light 1. Check this out, right? So devices, table amp 1, confirm. Operation succeeded. Now check this out. It's turning it on, right? I'm going to say the light lives over here and confirm, right? Now how can I show you this? Let's see here. If I were to show you this camera, right? Here. See that Govee? See this light here, lads, right? Well, I want to show you what happens as I pan around the cockpit. Do you see that light changing colour based on what's on my screen? Right? So you might say, Murph, what's the point of this? Well, watch this. Shouldn't I have like lights flashing? See, like we're getting that kind of red flashing light? See it there? Now I have to do a bit of tuning with like colours and all this kind of jazz just to make sure it works well. But that red light should be picked up right in this. There it is. Look, see the way it's gone red? So it's using software to be able to drive this, and I think it's absolutely savage. Like if we brighten up the screen now, that light will brighten up, look. Isn't it absolutely deadly, the stuff you can do? Yeah, it looked a bit pink. I'd probably need to mess around with the settings. What I'm saying is, you know, G-Lock showed the videos like, you know, I'm proud of your geekiness. Give out! I was so proud when I figured it out. Right, so effectively, I've gone off now and I've spent 40 quid to get like up. They're just like narrow lights. Govee have them. One's going to go this side, one's going to go that side. And in the software, you're going to say, you know, hey, I want you to be, you know, where is it now? I want you to be this light, right? And you're kind of saying, well, what part of your screen do you want these lights to replicate? And it doesn't matter what's on the screen. It's gaming, videos, right? And they'll change based on what it is on your screen. So the way I'm going to try and do it is with some of the aircraft that have that beautiful kind of Beechcraft teal lighting, right? Others, they have like, you know, strobes, or they'll have you know, they'll have the beacon light or the nav lights, right? Now there is another way I can do this. I can actually log or run all of this separately without using the Govee desktop. I can actually run this straight through something like Home Assist and just grab a Sim Connect light on, right? That's the expert. But I need to find out from G-Lock how he did his, because it sounds very complicated. But that Govee one is brilliant. And like Class D or Class B transition, the Govee one is great because you don't need to go off and buy these sensors that's reading the screen and plugs in. It does a good enough job replicating what's on your actual screen. And it's only really connecting to this light, so I don't know how good the software is. I'm going to try these other 2 lights. But like, you know the way like you get these lights for the back of your TV and it like pushes it all out at the back? You know what I mean? I bet it's deadly in a storm, Murph. Yeah, we'll just flash on or off. Plus all the other lights in here. But yeah, effectively it would work. Yeah. I use a light switch to turn on mine. Yeah, that'll work as well. Yeah. Big Al all the time. But at the same time, you mustn't have many friends. Put something else up to bash your hands and toes with. Yeah. You can get RGB strips with them. Yeah, you can do that as well. You should get smoke machines next. Yeah, and those vents that blow air in your face. I'm telling you, lads, it's all ahead of us, you know. But I saw it on G-Lock's video. He did a great video. And I was like, man, that's actually very good. Murph has hundreds of friends and no friends at the same time. That's right. Yes. Where's all your friends, Murph? Oh, they're all busy. They're all out, you know. It could look good at the Northern Lights. Yeah. Have you considered pyrotechnics, right? All you're missing now is the plane, right? I just think, like, it's another, especially for nighttime flying, wouldn't it be a great way? Like, think about it, right? If you can do it in such a way that your screen is able to mimic, well, here's me wingtips, so there's me nav lights or me strobes or me beacon, and that's just giving you just a little bit of that inside your own setup. Freaking amazing. Like, amazing, you know? And just one fan. Well, I have a fan up there, actually. Yeah. Can you go to external view? I can, Eric. That's Granty laying on the ground wondering how you got there because of all the flashing lights. Well, there's that as well, yes. This is absolutely gorgeous. How's everyone's frame rates tonight, lads? Is the sim running terribly well? Should be. That's the advantages to flying to places like this. No pyro, no party. Okay, Jody. Looking good. Fuga, yeah, stunning, isn't it? Okay.
Right here. However, there appear to be about 6 miles behind you.
Who are you behind? Wait, will this work? No. Why won't this work? Unable to... Why doesn't it run that shagging... Hang on. Stand by. I need to do a thing with the yoke. Where's the address? Program files. Elgato. Volume. Aha! Excellent. Now I can control the sim. Brilliant. F1 race when? Probably next week, I'd say. What was the thing, the yoke? Yes, the thing with the yoke always fixes it. Yeah. This is November 235 Romeo Mike. We're about 50 miles out from our first stop. We'll probably do a quick tour of Bangkok before we do a landing over at Victor Tango Bravo Delta. Excellent. Right, so you're getting good at performance. Excellent. Right, we're doing well, lads. We're doing well. Now, the architectural details, right? The outer wall forms a rectangle, which is 1,000 meters by 802 meters, and it stands at 4.5 meters high, enclosing the temple and the moat. The main western causeway is 350 meters long and flanked by a Nega balustrade with 6 sets of steps leading to the top. 2 libraries sit on each other, or on each side of the causeway, an elevated cross-shaped terrace near the centre once supported statues. The gopuras, or gate towers, with elaborately decorated lintels, marked each cardinal direction. The central structure, the core comprised of 3 steeped terraces encircled by covered galleries on each level. The second and third terraces' corners are crowned by towers culminating the central sanctuary, and each tower is shaped like a closed lotus bud, a motif typical of Khmer architecture. Inside, 4 rectangular galleries define the quadrangles, and the galleries are lined with columns and carved pediments. Access to the upper terrace was historically limited to high-ranking priests or royalty. Angkor Wat is famed for its extensive bas-reliefs and sculptured decoration. There's nearly 2,000 meters squared of bas-reliefs depicting scenes of Hindu epics such as the Ramayana and also the Mahabharata. The most celebrated reliefs including the churning of the sea milk and the Battle of Kuruk Kshetra, and detailed procession of gods, demons and celestial beings. The walls feature about 1,796 devatas, female deities, each uniquely carved with different hairstyles and ornaments. A later study counted nearly 2,000 of them. Devatas are shown wearing ornate jewellery and crowns, and researchers have identified 37 different hairstyles. What? Carvers left behind thousands of holes in the sandstone reliefs, and scholars debate whether they were used to attach gilding or stucco that has since vanished. Hidden paintings discovered in the central tower included images of a whirling battle with elephants and chariots, as well as drawings of temples and classical dancers, suggesting the Khmer painted some surfaces. The canal network, researched by the Waseda University and others, found 50 quarries along Mount Cullen, connected to Angkor Wat by a network of hundreds of canals and roads. The route shortened the journey to 22 miles compared with the previous 54 miles of the river route. Then there's the water management. Angkor's success relied on a sophisticated hydraulic engineering. The city's reservoirs, barrage and canals collected monsoon waters for agriculture and controlled floods. National Geographic notes that from the 12th century onwards, the canal network was expanded to dispose of surplus water to the Tonle Sap Lake. Climatic instability in the late 14th century, years of drought followed by intense monsoons. Wait now, climatic instability in the late 14th century. Does Greta know about that? But anyway, followed by intense monsoons, damaged this system, and floods eroded canals and bridges, including the Corbel Stone Bridge at Angkor Thom, and the city would not repair the damage. So, the temple's westward orientation and design elements have led scholars to interpret Angkor Wat as both a state temple and also a funerary monument for Surrey Averman. Right. In Hindu belief, the West represents death. The temple's anti-clockwise arrangement of reliefs and its cosmic symbolism may therefore memorialize the king. The moat, the mountain range, walls, and the central towers were all conceived as a microcosm of the universe, guiding devotees through a three-stage journey of the outer world to the sacred centre. So after the king's death and a brief period of political turmoil, the Khmer Empire shifted religious allegiance. King Jayavarman VII reigned between 1181 and 1220, devoted himself to Buddhism and constructed a new capital at Angkor Thom, a new state temple, the Bayon. Angkor Wat gradually became the Theravada Buddhist shrine, and although the city of Angkor was largely abandoned from the early 15th century, partly due to climate, upheaval, internal decline, and also the Siamese invasion of 1431, Theravada monks continued to maintain the Angkor Wat. Evitech, good to see you, bud. So the rediscovery, it was never really forgotten by local populations. It remained unknown to Western scholars until around the 16th century. Portuguese monk Antonio de Madalena visited this place in 1586 and marvelled at the truly astonishing sight. French naturalist Henri Mouhot, 1860s travelogue, popularised the site in Europe. During the 20th century, French archaeologists initiated conservation works, which were interrupted during the Cambodian Civil War and the Khmer Rouge period. After the site was placed on UNESCO's World Heritage Site in 1992 and removed it from the in danger list in 2004, international teams under APSARA, that's the National Authority of Angkor, resumed restoration. Conservation efforts, including stabilising stones, combating bile growth and also replicate or replacing damaged sculptures. So modern LiDAR, that's light detection and ranging surveys, have revealed that the Angkor was once part of a vast, low-density urban landscape extending over hundreds of square kilometres. Archaeologists discovered mounds and depressions representing residents, rice fields and ponds. The remnants of a wooden city that has since rotted away. A Guardian report notes that LiDAR identified 3 cities around Angkor and described as a metropolis as the most extensive pre-industrial city in the world. It was huge. Recent research combining that of the excavation along with LiDAR data, in the 13th century, the greater area housed somewhere between 700 and 900,000 inhabitants. That's absolutely nuts. Khmer Rouge. Yeah. I thought you were apologising to me for a second, said Eamon, right? The cat's invaded. Listen, right. Anyway, later history. Several factors contributed to its decline. Hydraulic failure. The city's prosperity relied on its irrigation network. National Geographic explained that prolonged drought in the late 14th century, followed by intense monsoon rains, caused catastrophic flood that destroyed canals, bridges and reservoirs. Internal power struggles and repeated raids by Champa and then later the Ayutthaya kingdom weakened the empire, and in 1431 the Siamese Thai forces captured it, which accelerated its decline. The adoption of the Theravada Buddhism led to different temple building priorities, and Angkor remained a pilgrimage site but had lost its political importance. It's almost bad as Ordivus. A metropolis. Shut up, will you? Who asked you? Anyway, Angkor Wat endures as a national symbol, a national symbol and an object of pilgrimage. Its image appears on the Cambodian flag, and the temple is integrated into local religious practice. The site illustrates how climate change can impact complex societies. Archaeologist Dan Penny noted that the same water management system that built Angkor was ultimately undone by climatic extremes. Modern research emphasises the need for sustainable management of water resources in the Mekong region. So, Devatas and hairstyles, they reckoned some 37 different hairstyles, right? And they counted up to maybe 2,000 of these inscriptions. It also had hidden paintings. That's kind of mad, isn't it? It's a fascinating place. We're going to visit that now tonight. And my dad was there. Where is this now? My dad was there. James, when was my dad there? I want to say 3 years ago. So my dad was there about 3 years ago, and these are his photos. Ooh. Imagine that, like, you know, between the shape of it and the location of it all in the forest, absolutely mad, isn't it? Ah, there he is there, look. Two-tone senior. He's like 73 in that picture. Or 74, you know. Wasn't Lara Croft here too? Was there a mission in Tomb Raider? Look at the steps, look. Look at the designs. Need to get him back in the Overflight, 100%. There's the ones there now, look. With their hairstyles, look. There's 2,000 of these and they all have different hairstyles. Look. Did he go up the steps? He did, yeah. Yeah, my dad has hair. No, he's the same bald spot as I have. Don't you worry. Like, it's 1,000 years old. You know. It's very pretty. You missed the Murph line. We're doing the Murph line tomorrow night, Scott. Problem with the Murph line, not everyone, you know, would agree to go on it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Evan is joining us. Sorry, Wednesday night. Evan is joining us on Wednesday night. You know, that's the G-rated ones. Right, we're about to approach the city here of Bangkok. Look at the state of the view. Look at this. Hard to find willing mugs. I mean volunteers. Yes, Muse fan, 100%. Brilliant. Let me see here now. Is it this one? Yeah, that'll work. I bet not. That won't really work. You're completely in the wrong country, Murph. That'll work. There we go. There we go. I'll come on. Great crack. I'm gullible enough. Come on, Keen. Jeez, imagine if you're Keen on the Murph line. Don't forget you on the Murph line, Keen. Good man, Keen. Lads, look at the views, though. Look at the views. Gorgeous. We're going to have the city of Bangkok right ahead of us. It's very beautiful. I mean, we've scenery on the ground and in the sky. Have you not seen that, Mrs. TPHI? Hypnotise Murph live in the Murph line? Oh. Yeah, 100% Scott. This is how the interview would go with Mrs. TPHI. Mrs. TPHI, you're very welcome and good evening. Nice to see you, Murph. And then we... over the other side before we... thank you, Mr. TPHI. Well, Tristan, good to see you, buddy. Sean, absolutely, buddy. You've an awful bad opinion of Mrs. TPHI this one time at band camp. That's your sound file over on Brett Plays, is it? This one time. Right. I can see buildings. Ah, brilliant. I'll hang a right here a little bit. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, do you not remember the Murph line? So the Murph line was the segment we used to do on a Wednesday night where I'd interview someone. And we just kind of sit there and have the crack, you know?
1850 715 815. Hello, good afternoon. You're very welcome to the Murph line.
Is that still going? No, Joe Duffy's finished. I just kept it for the Murph line. Sure. And tell me about the dog that could walk itself, Mary. Sure. But yeah, what happens at band camp stays at band camp. What happens at band camp goes on the internet, right? And some of us really miss it. Always good to learn about the Fireflies and some other folks involved. Absolutely. It'll come back. I've reached out to a lot of people to have them on it, you know, so we'll see. Don't crash, Sim. Jesus, then don't crash. Well, we're flying at the moment over Bangkok. And what they say, no, shag off, pretty much. No, some of them say, yeah. I had arranged a lot. And then just timelines didn't work, you know what I mean? You keep promising, you also lie to people. I don't lie to people. Me! I don't lie at all. Except for that one time, you know, I nearly lost my nose. It's still there, you know. This is looking terribly pretty. What kind of photos? Oh, God. Listen. You've never seen me in Farm Sim. Wait, what? You don't lie. And it was great to see in voice. For Farm Sim. Listen, I said I'll try to. You have said you would be there. I'll try to be there. Some say, yeah. Oh no, some of them say yeah, and then the others run away, right? Krungtep, Mahan Khan, Amon, Ratanoshkatsin, Mahantara, Euthea, Maha Dialogue, Pop, Noferet. Viper Strike, will you go way out of that, will you? Jesus. Just call it Bangkok, right? Jesus. Say that 10 times fast backwards. Oh, this is looking pretty. Oh man, look at the city here. Look, this is absolutely gorgeous. Jesus. Lads, look at the state. Oh, Microsoft Flight Sim, would you take a bow? Look at this! It's from Sam Scene. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Sam Scene Design, they do incredible stuff. Eamon is going to Bangkok and Thailand for your 60th in 2 years with your wife. Nice! That's going to be awesome, man. Jesus. Look at this city, man. It's gorgeous. I think we kind of have to see this at night time, lads. What do you reckon? Night time? Jesus. absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's foggy as... Oh, Jesus, mind the buildings. It's terribly foggy. We nearly hit... It's grand. Totally grand. Wise man say, man who goes through airport turnstile backwards is going to Bangkok. Brilliant. Ah, look at this, lads. Isn't that absolutely epic? That's amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. So the airport is up on our left. Captain Cocktail, good to see you. All right, let's prepare ourselves for a landing. Bangkok traffic, November 235, Romeo Mike. We are a Beech C90 overhead the city. We're going to be making straight in for a full stop landing, runway 03 left, Bangkok. They've dog-sized lizards walking around? No way. Easy now, Murph. Easy now. It's quite foggy, isn't it? And misty. Right, so... Easy now. Let's drop the speed back. Fly the route rivers all day. Absolutely. Wonder about the weather change if we like bring the time of day up a bit. There we go. Not much of improvement at all. Alright, drop the speed. It's called Lufini Park. Pardon me, nice. Easy. Speed 180. Bangkok traffic, November 235, Romeo Mike. Inbound, full stop 03 left, 10 mile final, Bangkok. And these clouds are getting real dark. Easy now, Jemima. Easy now. Continue in. Lower the speed. CP Aviation, we're in a Beech C90. Alright, ease our way in. 2,600 feet, we can probably drop this down a bit. Follow the road. Bit of rain here as well, but we're very high. Jesus, throwing out slip into this, Murph. Easy. Easy. We're shocking high. There we go. Thankfully we have big runways. And Bangkok traffic, November 235, Romeo Mike. Short final 03 left, full stop, Bangkok. 500.
400.
Easy now, Jemima.
400.
You're all right. It's kind of windy here. Look at this for a crosswind.
300.
Jesus.
Descended to 59 100 when I was flying out the city.
He's now. Jesus.
100.
Is that Rex? Jesus. Easy now.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Stew, you devil! Right, get her down, Murph. Get her down. Floaty, McFloaty.
Club Flight 249, the 3 mile final, runway 03 left, stop landing, Bangkok traffic.
Beta. No. Beta. There we go. Man, the wind!
Way over here, Bert. RJ Ram Jim signing off, going to lunch.
Oh, hang on, left up here. Stu Snape's timing is just, you know, impeccable. It's like a friggin' Olympic sport, like. I can just picture him there now, togged out in the shorts and the singlet, sweatbands, and just ready to leap on that button, you know. Alright.
Approaching runway 21 right.
November 235, runway Mike, clear of the active 03 left, taxiing. Man, the wind is savage here. Almost ninja-like. Yeah. I can picture him giggling, right? Man, this place is freaking gorgeous, isn't it? So our second leg, let's have a look. First leg was 140 miles, second leg 214 miles. We have a bit of a trek to do for the second leg, so our speed will...
Flight 808, short final runway 3 left, Bangkok traffic.
We'll keep the speed up on the second leg. For sure. I can't wait to see the...
249, short final, 03 left, full stop landing, Bangkok traffic.
Well done, lads. Loving the voice procedure. I thought they fixed the model matching. No. No, they haven't. Go way out of that, will you? Merv, catch myself asleep and snoring on final for... Oh, Jesus. More like a skin-tight leotard with a frilly skirt, but only on the weekends? Stu Snape, where he calls himself Uvagenia on a Wednesday. Right? Easy now. Right, we'll join here. Just watch that landing traffic. Easy now. Right. Beautiful. That's saying intense traffic coming in, look. 2 of them. That's Kazaki had saying the Mitsubishi, is it? There's another saying tensions coming in. How you know it's saying tensions? There's no nameplates. Alright. It's fairly gusty into here, isn't it? Right. And Bangkok traffic, Firefly, or November 235, runway Mike, lining up on runway 03 left, Bangkok.
Approaching runway 3 left.
Man, Rex. You've been doing well to get her off there, say.
Approaching runway 3 left.
Thanks very much, Jemima. Alright. Okay, so we're going to be going 4,500 feet once again. We're going to go heading mode. Vertical
On
speed.
runway 3 left remaining. 8,400 feet.
Plan for 1,500 feet on our takeoff. Alright, lads.
Flight 808, vacate to 03 left. We're just going to back taxi. Well, we're just going to taxi back to 3 left again.
Sweet. And Bangkok traffic. November 235, runway Mike, taking off runway 3 left, Bangkok. You divil ya. There goes Mr. TPHI. Alright, take a power set. Airspeed alive. Watch the crosswind. Easy now, Jemima. Coming up on 80 knots. $100. Yep, see Daisy. Not too shabby. Oh, look at the wind! Gear up. That's awesome. Look at the wind, man. We're flying sideways. Alright, flaps in.
Bangkok traffic for flight 249, the Vision Jet taxiing Charlie to runway 03 left. Bangkok traffic.
Ramjam, no worries, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us. Alright, flaps are in. Yacht Amper on. And Bangkok traffic, November 235 Romeo Mike, departing to the east, Bangkok. What's your time of day? Uno momento, numero uno. Hang on there, Muse. Just want to get a bit of trim into this. Come on, you devil. Come on, you devil. Time of day, Muse, is set to 10:20 a.m. Oh, it's on the wheel here. Local time. Wait, that's Zulu time. That's wrong. That was wrong. Oh wait, 0320 is local, not Zulu. Interesting. Steiny, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Right, lads, same crack again. Xbox and PlayStation pilots, number 1. PC pilots, numero 2. If you're on Skynet or JoinFS, it's number 3. And well, if you're just amazed by the state of the sim, because it looks very nice, you press number 4. Oh, sure, the big Janie then. Look at that! Beautiful! Savage. Right, we're manoeuvring well, friends. Alright, speed is looking kind of good. We're on heading mode, so we're heading the right way. Let me see here now. 21 on PC, 1 on console, 3 using Skynet, 185 passengers plus a Murph. Excellent. Goldfish Bowl Simulator. The yeah, like the model matching thing. Oh, look it. We need something to complain about.
The runway exiting to the east of Angkor traffic.
Do you know, like they can't get it all right. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this plane. It's flying really well. If they could just fix the sounds on this, it should be transformed. I mean, it is a nice airplane. The modelling of it is gorgeous. It flies. It's nice to hand fly. I like that it has different avionics, so it's, you know, it's not just a different skin, right?
Clear flight 808, departing 03 left, east departure, Bangkok traffic.
I'm loving that. Heisenberg, Murph, your videos on stutters really made a difference for me in multiplayer. Oh, nice. Well, hopefully, as in good, I hope. Right? But great to hear the videos help, man. Get Boris or Echo 19 to update the sounds. But they don't do it for the C90, Eamon, that's the problem. You know. They did help, brilliant. That's the whole point of the videos I do, like, hopefully they help, you know? Kenaz, thank you for the follow. Mike says, model matching doesn't bother me, it's the CTD and then fix the dynamics. For a lot of people, you see, that's, you know, that's where it gets kind of nuts. You know. Kick, you're great crack. I don't know why I'm streaming on Kick, it's a pain in the arse. Interesting. I would have given that video 2 likes if I could. Cheers, buddy. No, look, I mean, look, the point is, if these videos can help, that's why I make them, you know. On our live streams, we cover, you know, we cover a lot of ground on a live stream. So, you know, when we have the chance to kind of showcase what we do in a video, fierce handy. Kick being a pain in the arse, it just is. That makes sense across multiple levels. Right, how are we looking here on our map? So here's everyone. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but I'm sure you'll catch up. Love that feature though. You almost had me buying the new Govee ceiling projector thingy. Steiny, just buy it. That's it. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well, man. Happy Monday to you. Down with that sort of thing. Careful now. Yeah, like Super Thai, like streaming on Kick. My idea is I want to stream where people are, as in whatever platform they're on, right? Like trying to grow on Kick, forget it. You're not going to grow on Kick. But the idea was, if people use it, we'll be there if people want to watch it, right? Because it's funny, like, I mean, we stream on YouTube and on Twitch as well. Probably a lot more on TikTok. I don't see me streaming on TikTok, though. I mean, I can push a vertical stream, no problem, but, like, I might. I don't know. The idea behind kind of the multi-stream and stuff, it's you're trying to make the channel and our community accessible. You know what I mean? But there could be drawbacks to that as well, depending on the platform. You know, Mac D, good to see you. It's interesting. Piaggio pilot flying with us. I've seen controllers do decently on TikTok. Yeah. I know a few folks who do streaming on TikTok and not other places. Hey, interesting. Hey, Simon Murray is here. 53 months, man. Cheers, buddy. TikTok, you need to dress up as a teen and dance more. Can't see that happening. What, like put on a wig and get the glow sticks? That could work. John is here. Hello, John. Good evening. Not my cup of tea. We'll stick to Twitch and YouTube depending on where I'm watching. Yeah, that's the thing, like. Twitch could be, or not Twitch, do you hear me? TikTok could be something maybe, I don't know. I'll look into it, you know. Revenge, welcome in, Marquez. Hope you're well. What route are we doing today? So we're flying from Myanmar over Bangkok out to Siem Reap in Cambodia. You'd be surprised what's ran by the Chinese Super Thai. Do you know what I mean? But like, look, it politics can shag off, but like, the point I'm making is, it's, you know, whatever is your favorite platform, that's kind of, you know, I want to be there rather than forcing people to go to a platform maybe they don't want to be on. That makes sense? Do you follow me, Muse? Just did a flight in your Xbox Series from San Fran to San Diego. Ooh, nice. So this is the Beech C90 GTX. Very pretty. It's a great little plane. Southeast Asian server. When did the MySpace streams? Remember MySpace? Yes, you're on. You're one of the three. Now, Muse, was I number one? You know, TikTok, Mr. Murph. TikTok. John Wick. 3 references. There you go. I do have a TikTok. What's a TikTok? I'm on TikTok. But, yeah. A lot of the social channels, like, I mean, you know, of Instagram, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's Mastodon, there's X, right? I was the second one. Ah, Jesus. Ah, Muse. Out of the will. But it depends what people like using as their own platform, you know what I mean? I love Twitch. I always did. For live streaming, I've always loved Twitch. YouTube has done very well in terms of how to live stream. So, like, on YouTube, I'm like, right now, we've 2 streams going on YouTube. One is a standard stream that you see on Twitch, and one is a vertical stream. 2 of your clips made it to your TikTok. I just don't use it. I need to add more to it, Super Thai. I need like a TikTok manager. I need someone to manage social media. I'm crap at it. I'm worse than crap. 100% Big Al. Whenever I have a Twitch, you need to lie down. VDSA doesn't exist on my sim, says Zard. Okay, so Nighthawk had the same issue. Can't speak as a streamer, but as a viewer, Twitch is a million times better than YouTube. Ooh. Aviator 1, good to see you. Also, I did a flight from Mauritius to the Seychelles. John, that's awesome, buddy. 3 flights so far. You having fun? That's cool, man. Should the Irish invented TikTok? We did. Sure, we invented the internet, Keen. We invented electricity, sure. You know, on Fridays. What airport is it near? There's a VOR right by the airport. Romeo Echo Papa. It's the Siem Reap VOR. Like, it's funny, right? Twitch, as big as it is, a lot of people don't know about that platform. Which is kind of weird, right? I didn't know Al Gore was Irish. There you go. Everyone's Irish. Everyone's Irish. The Irish invented TalkTick. We did. I started watching you on YouTube, but it wasn't until I came to Twitch I got really involved with the Epic community. Nice! We have an incredible community, like we just do. It's absolutely incredible. Which plane? Aviator 1? It's the Beechcraft C90, the GTX. So it's like a King Air, only smaller. Very nice, man. It's like a shortened King Air. But as a Scotsman invented the fax before the telephone existed. He did. What about Kick, Mr. Polly? Like, it's gas, right? When you think about it, our whole community, right? Could you imagine inviting us all around for dinner? I used to say that years ago. I don't have a TikTok, I have a watch. Like, we're most active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, right? They're the most active places. Plus, we have the website is there, twotonemurphy.com. Then there's the social media, so Instagram, X, which is Twitter. There is TikTok, but I need to spend time on kind of, you know, effort. What else do we use? Well, there's Kick, I suppose. Facebook is there as well. It's mad, right, how we're able to push numerous platforms through OBS. You couldn't do that years ago. No, well, I mean, you could use Restream or whatnot, but yeah. And again, I can only do this based on faster internet. I mean, that was the biggest headache I had. You know? Go on tank top on TikTok. Right? Shots fired! Did the Irish event losing? I thought that Liverpool did. Ooh! John says, so I'm buying a PC to play 2020 and 2024 on it. For now, I'm on your... Are you only using console? Yeah, console is great. Yeah, Kick for a streaming platform, like, again, Kick is, like, very similar to Twitch. They basically did a copy-paste of Twitch, right? But the idea being is, I don't see, like, a strategy to grow or open the door to bring more people into our community. Kick probably isn't the best to do that yet. If it grows, who knows? And like, you just kind of chisel away with it, you know? You now have fibre available in your areas. Hopefully soon you'll have 5 gig. Have you gotten fibre yet, Muse? No? McManser, yeah, probably. Well, I want to be like the exception to the rule. You mean, you know, you don't need to be falling into that category of idiots to do well, you know? He's still using smoke signals. You have a huge flock of migrating cows over you. Super Thai. Huh?
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. It's yeah, it's interesting, like all the different platforms we have now, but like you still have the main ones, you know? A murder of cows, yeah. Not yet, it only became available the other day. Ah, right, okay. Jesus Muse, so you're gonna have fast internet soon. That's going to be a game changer. You'll never leave the house, ever, you know? Yeah, like, different just different platforms, right? It's like, look at lads, it's like everything, right? I absolutely adore Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 because we get to do this, our group flights, right? But I occasionally enjoy X-Plane for a flight, you know? He'd have to leave the house to get Guinness. Ah, you can order Guinness. Are you an Av geek, and for how long have you been one? I am an Av geek for as long as I can remember. You know? Matt Wayne says, just checking the rear interior of the plane with the window dimmers and folding tables. Yeah. No, it's like, this is a decent aircraft. It's a Coronado aircraft. It's nice. They just need to fix the sounds. And Coronado have been famous about sounds, you know? How is Viber going in Ireland right now? It's quite good where I am. I have a 5 gigabit connection, and like I get the bones of 5 gigs down, and my up speed isn't great. It's like 250 up. You're topping out at 191 knots. Oh dear. It won't make a huge difference though, the Impossible Phase. We might get 10 minutes ahead of you. We might. And the weather's doing much better now as we head across here, isn't it? A lot of farmland. It's very beautiful. I'd say infamous would be the right word for the Coronado sound. Yes. Is 1 gig okay for 2024? Jerry? Yeah, man. A gig is fine. Murphy's or Guinness? Guinness. Murphy's is nice though. I do like a pint of Murphy's. It's a bit sweeter. St. Patrick's Day here soon. Can hardly wait for green beer and a good healthy Irish stew. Oh jeez. Green beer? What did they do? Just put like food colouring into it? In Providence was getting Guinness AT Murphy's, right? Providence was some crack. I just watched Murphy's, haven't drank it yet. Yeah, you should try one. Where's Murphy's Brewed? Cork. Murphy's Stout. Cork. Popular export markets for Murphy's is Norway and Italy. New York, the importer in the United States beverages. They use a premium imported craft beer sales and marketing company located in Connecticut. So there's probably Murphy's in America. Might be called Murphy's. It's nice though. Heineken distributed. But yeah, Pint of Murphy's is nice. Beamish is nice, yeah. Beamish is nice. What's your favourite World War II aircraft, says John? Ooh. I like the Spitfire. I like the P-51. The C-47 is an absolute beauty. The Lancaster. I like the Messerschmitt 190. Or the 109. B-25, B-17. I like them all. Corsair, gorgeous. That was 5. Corsair. Hey, Hammy, good to see you, buddy. Corsair, yeah. There's something about the Corsair. Keen Afford, Guinness does not taste like shite. Take that back. Guinness is lovely. And it makes it sound intelligenter. Can't get a Thrustmaster HOTAS anywhere on the planet. Yeah. See, they work on PlayStation, so they're all sold out. I might as well ask the pros on this channel the question. I keep getting an error 2047 cloud save error every time I change a setting or load a flight. Nothing saves. 2047 Mav Wings. Is that in the sim? The Impossible Face says, as far as Irish beer goes, I'm more of a Smithwick's Harp man. Smithwick's is nice. Harp I haven't had in years. Pint of Harp is nice. It makes you drunker and fatter. Listen, Super Thai, shag off. Flying direct to Angkor Wat. Where are you going to? Following you on Little Navmac. We're direct to there. Direct to there. I've been watching on Twitch. It crashed twice, says Jay Sword. No way. Might depend on what server it's using or where it's connected. Man, this is great, isn't it? It's amazing, like the terrain just changes. Like there is high ground way off there on the right hand side, but this is quite nice. Tuborg is the best beer. Is it? In the sim, apparently it used to be an hour 1047. Right, so hang on, let's figure this one out for you. Hour 2047. Cloud save error. Right, so it's reported as a bug. Let's see. Does anyone fix it? That's an interesting one. Let's see here now. Error 2407. Let us see. Have to change the setting each time I open the sim as nothing saves. Now, is it all your settings or just one setting? Your favourite World War II aircraft, B-25 Mitchell, an F4 Corsair and a Wildcat. Nice. Steiny, yeah, 100% buddy. Alfred says, my great-grandfather flew B-29s in the war. Wow. That's awesome. $2047. 2047. Have to change the setting each time. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so currently known as a cloud save sync error. Common workarounds.
Oh, Jesus.
Try a local save. Log out and log back in for Xbox. Then it talks about a full reinstall. You could try a repair. Okay, so it's not letting you access the cloud server, which is weird, but yet you're getting scenery. Mav, you may just log it, man. I haven't come across it. I mean, if I had issues like that, I would start with, right, do a repair of the sim through the Windows app, empty the community folder. If that still didn't work, just go into where your community folder is located, right? Go into the local cache area, and, you know, take some of your settings out. Like your system settings, as in control profiles, move them out, delete everything that's in there, let the sim rewrite it, and then you can throw them back in again. I haven't come across it though, man. That sounds like it's a real nasty one. Real nasty. Okay, we are 110? About 110 miles out, right? DJ is here. Good to see you, bud. I'm looking forward now to seeing this, you know. Let's have a look. I'd love to, what did it look like back in the day? Jeez, look at that photograph. Wow. Oh man, look at that. Faulty Towers nationwide tour Sunderland Empire Theatre was excellent. Oh nice. It included the classic German scene. Jeez. Tried the repair, might have to reinstall. No worries, man. Best of luck with it. That's weird. Say Intentions live map isn't showing anyone in the groupie. Did you have you the code put in? It's working there. DJ said, I bought the FSR 500 after watching your video. Marvelous aircraft. Yes. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
That's an AI pick. It's on Shutterstock, so I couldn't tell you. I don't think that's AI. What makes you think it's AI? Just having a read about Discord. Facial scan or government ID required to access from March globally. Wait, what? Facial scan or government ID required for access from March globally. Where'd you see that, Mr. Minimite? You started it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Bicyclists. Can I just call them cyclists? Oh man, look at that. Jesus, look at that. That's savage, isn't it? It's been rolled out in the UK and Oz for adult content. Okay, so that means you've not been able to view the meme channel for ages. Wait, is that going to put restrictions on our Discord? Man, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Hasn't happened in Oz. It'll only be the meme channel. No, that's okay. Who else did that recently? Because I know, like, you know, you have to verify your age nearly everywhere now. You did it in July, says Stu. What concerns me about this is Discord had an ID data breach a while back. It doesn't fill me with confidence if it's globally out. I don't know what the internal workings are, right? Put it this way. If they use your image to verify your age with a government ID, and then they activate your account based on that, do they retain the proof? As in, do they keep a copy of that picture? And if so, is that data reachable for a hack? Then you have a problem. You can still get beers with that young face of yours, Murph. Oh yeah, sometimes I have to give me ID, you know. Sorry, over 18s only. Ah yes, that's right, yeah. Epic Fool is here. I wish to raise an issue with the behind the scenes video from today. I was really hoping to get to see the makeup and costume department, or maybe even the writer's room. Then say they delete it and they just sell it. Well, I mean, look it. Lads, there's a bit of, like, you know, aluminum foil or tin foil hat wearing required, right? Put it this way. The government agency in which you get your identification from, what makes you think they are more or less secure? Government agencies are hacked all the time. And more times than not, they don't even tell you. You know, Jamaican Runner is here. Who is this handsome young mountain man I see streaming? Ah, great to see you. Hope you're well. With Xbox, it was just a selfie. Yeah. If it is to protect a protection for teens, said person could use AI picture to use as an AI or use ID as well. I don't know. Most of the time, the government agencies are the least secure. Yeah, do you know? So like people freaking out. Ah, no, we can't do this. And then you realise, where did you actually get that ID from that was issued to you? Oh, it came from the department of this place. You know, the Department of Funny Walks. Oh yeah, you know. It's just the way the world is going. I mean, you have two options anyway, lads. You really only have two options. You know, you'll either do it or you won't. There's no middle ground. There's no action. If they see like an absolutely like if they see a disastrous drop in the number of users, then they're going to have to come up with some sort of an idea on how to fix this. But it's not these companies driving it. And that's the thing. People say, oh, stupid Discord or stupid whatever. The companies aren't driving this. It's under law, like it's legislation, right? The Limix, yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Whoa! We got a raid from 757. Dave, thank you very much indeed. The spy flight have arrived. A very happy Monday to you folks. We're flying here. We're just making our way into Cambodia. And
myself.
Thank you very much indeed. We started our flight over Myanmar. We went over Bangkok, and now we're about to fly into Cambodia. We're checking out the Angkor Wat tonight. Angkor Wat, which a 12th century massive temple, and we're going to check it out here as part of our landmark series. You're very welcome in, guys. Hope you had a great stream. And Dave, I hope you're keeping well. Thank you very much indeed for the raid. Really appreciate it, buddy. And well, I hope you had a great one. Hope you have a great day. How's everyone doing? A happy Monday, lads. Thank you so much for all the follows. Very kind.
Hello there.
Hey, anyone from the Air Corps, would it be good to join as a pilot or aircraft mechanic? Yes, absolutely. The Irish Air Corps, just apply. Get in. If you go the aircraft mechanic route, great, because they have a ton of new aircraft. If you go in as a pilot, great, because they have a ton of new aircraft. Now is a great time to join the Air Corps. Yes. And even ATC, so they're opening up cadetships for ATC in the Air Corps, which is a great sign because they've been under pressure for years by not having enough ATC, right? So, yeah, welcome in. Danny, thank you for the follow. Let me see. Bob, thank you for the follow. Nos Gaming, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Captain Chris, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the follow as well. Tucker, thank you for the follow. You're most welcome, guys. Hope you had a great stream. Dave is usually on longer than this. Hope all is okay. I can still see folk in 2024 multiplayer. What do you mean? You can see folk in... Who? But yeah, if you're considering... if you're in Ireland and you're looking for the Air Corps, yeah, absolutely, go for it. Go for it. It's a very exciting time, you know, for the Air Corps because of all the new aircraft. So you're talking the 2 new Kazas. They've a brand new Dassault Falcon in there. You know, they're getting jets in a year or two. Saab somethings. Right? Worried about the vision exam? Doesn't matter, right? So, okay, if you have an issue with vision, right? that's going to limit you as a pilot, you still have a lot of other options. You can go as crew, you can go as mechanic. Like, you have a lot of options there. So they do all these medical tests early on, so, you know, give it a shot. Dave, thank you very much indeed for the resubscribe. Very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much indeed. You're so very kind. Happy landings. Amazing scenery there. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It might limit you as a controller as well. It might, may not. But I would apply anyway. See what happens, man. They do like, it's usually like your application, then there's like online aptitude tests. You pass that, then you're into the interview rounds. Then they give you a physical, as in your physical training PT test. It's like 1.5 miles in 11 minutes and 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups. It could be different now. Then after that you go for medical, and then you have your final interview, and then all going well, tick the boxes with your security clearance, you're in. We have the same flight physical as pilots in the US. Really? No, they don't here, Scott. They don't here. They have minimum heights and whatnot, but like vision, spectacles totally acceptable. Yeah, 100%. If you wear glasses or contact lenses, absolutely no problem. Like, it makes it more difficult. You know, when they're recruiting someone, they'll say, right, okay, these two people are very equal on paper. What do we know about them? But this guy has, less eyesight than this guy. If the numbers are tight, that's where it becomes a challenge, right? That's just life. But I'd still apply for it, man. Any of the lads who I know in the Air Corps, like, it's the last couple of years were tough, but they've turned that, or they're turning it now. You know what I mean? And the pay is quite good. Pay is quite good. Pilots are on. You get more in CV Street, of course you will, but like, you're relatively secure in the Air Corps. And Ireland being neutral, like, it's relatively safe. And they don't even do as much SAR work anymore, so I'd highly recommend it. I gotta, like, okay, altitude-wise, 4,500 feet, right? I mean, we're kind of just flying over nothingness, but the nothingness is it's kind of nice, isn't it? It's just a nice kind of chilled out flight. You need to get fitter and quit smoking, then you'll apply. Yeah, 100%. There's a button for coffee behind the co-pilot in the C90. Get out of town. Does it work? There's a button behind the pilot for coffee. Huh? Oh, the co-pilot.
Hello there.
Do. But it's not clickable. Alas, we cannot use our fancy coffee machine, Senior Thomas, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Your plan it sounds like an angry bee. Yeah, the sounds aren't great in it. Angry bee. You should know. What sort of security clearance do you need? It's kind of basic, like it's clean record and, no major problems, right? Don't really mind the big fighter jets, but doing humanitarian flights with the big boys sounds fun. Yeah. But also, I mean, look at you have the law enforcement side of it as well, right? If you want to go the tactical route, you've law enforcement there. The Garda Air Support Unit, they're flying rotary wing EC-135 or 145 now, I think. And they also got Twin Otter or two. Well, they've won. I think they're getting a second Twin Otter. As for the Air Corps, they're getting a new fleet of rotary wing. That's the EC-145. And then they're getting the Saab. What Saabs are the Air Corps getting? Epic Fool will know this one. But the CAS is, jeez, it's effectively an Airbus, right? Well, it is an Airbus. CAS are owned by Airbus. So if you were to say a CASA CN295, right? I am absolutely mesmerized by this airplane. I think it is one of the most beautiful airplanes. Look at that, look. Isn't this stunning? Isn't that beautiful, lads, isn't it? Look at that. Gripping. Thanks, lads. That's the one. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? They've 2 of these. It's just gorgeous. And the view outside the windows, they're like... I'd love to see a Casa in the sim. Man alive, I'd love to see a Casa in the sim. Right? So if you were to look at a Casa CN295 flight deck... I suppose they're called a cockpit, but we'll call it a flight deck. You'll see... here we go. I mean, these things... When you look at it, you'll say, it looks just like this. Or that. That's not a great picture. Hang on. FSX? What? Like, so I think it's Collins, or maybe it's Garmin. I can't remember. They're just a cool looking plane, aren't they? Military ATR, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. If you were to look at the overhead, they're identical. It's a military spec ATR, a little bit bigger. And then, of course, the Spanish went off and did mad stuff. You know, AWACS and all this. It's a very elegant aircraft. It's a stunning airplane. It really, really is. And as I say, the Air Corps are rocking 2 of these, and they're just gorgeous. They are a beautiful airplane. They replaced the 295s or the 235s. They were the old ones, right? That was the first Casa that they got, and it's all for maritime patrol or patrol. That's what they do. But the CN295s, they're a good bit bigger. They're just gorgeous. They are stunning. We need one in the sim. You replace the DHC-5 with this? No way. It's smaller than the ATR. I don't think it is, Scott. Yeah, the aircraft have them. Yeah. When I returned from Papua New Guinea after 2 years, I applied for a position in customs and immigration. I passed all the tests, but failed the security clearance because I had been living and working out of the country for 12 months. Yeah, need to be at home for 12 months. Viper, you nearly got me. Yeah, it's beautiful, lads, isn't it? So, I mean, they have those at the moment. They operate those. So, like, if you're a pilot, I mean, options for retirement, ATR, right? And they have the Falcon in there now as well. Like, they've a great bit of fleet. They have PC9s. There's talks of going for the PC 21s, is it? Cool, but yeah, it's real pretty, isn't it? They could have told me that before they let me do all the tests. Yeah. I'll buy a tree morph. Just put in the order. Hammer nails, thank you. Sold to the highest bidder. They used to have a Beech 200 as well. So they don't... Okay, the Casas, like, they have PC-12s. That's the mainstay. Like, they kind of closed off the old Cessnas that they had. Slightly longer than the ATR. Ah, okay, come on, Muse. $89 feet. Ah, okay. Like the Air Force, I got lost over Southeast Asia and ended up over Cambodia. There you go. I have Portuguese nationality. We've been living in Ireland for 9 months. Do you think I can join the Air Corps? You want to be here for like 12 months, but apply anyway. You're an EU citizen, right? So you shouldn't have a problem, right? You just shouldn't have a problem. Apply anyway. All I can say is no, right? Like, things that really help your application into the Defence Forces, if you can start off in like the Reserve Defence Forces or like the Garda Reserve, or they look favourably on those sort of things because you're kind of in the system. Like, you're aware of how the system works. It saves them an awful lot of kind of head scratching, you know. Plus, you have to get military. You have to get clearance, security clearance, to join those organisations, right? I don't know. Like, I think, I think when it comes to aviation in Ireland is so very different than it is in the UK, and like even then polar opposite to what it's like in America, right? Aviation in Ireland bar the select numbers. It's funny because most aircraft are actually are registered and leased in Ireland, right? Tons of them. We've one of the largest aircraft leasing record, or like, you know, right? But in terms of pilots, yeah, I mean, you have the major carriers. You have Ryanair, you have Aer Lingus, ASL are here. You know, Emerald Air. Like, there's a lot of commercial airliners based here that are quite large. From the military side of it, you have the Irish Air Corps. You're starting to see Coast Guard take on direct entry cadets, even though a lot of them are ex-Air Corps or ex-Bond helicopters back in the day, right? Bartman, good to see you, buddy. No, I didn't serve in the Air Corps, no. I lived there for 18 years, though. I lived on the cam for 18 years. But yeah, hey, Newfoundland, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in, man. Happy Monday. But yeah, no, I wasn't. I was artillery. I didn't go Air Corps route. I could have, but at the time, like, it's funny how the world is, right? At that time, like, buddies who were still in, they spent maybe 6 years of, like, there was no promotions, there was nothing, because the arse fell out of the economy. You know what I mean? So, like, you were stuck. A lot of people left. Bond, quite familiar with them. Your dad and brother flew them out of the rigs. Bond helicopters, there you go. GA aircraft have UK registry or Irish. General Aviation can have both. Echo India is the Irish registration. And like, that's why there are so many aircraft around the world that would have an Echo India on it. You know? Like the black market, yeah, 100%, Scott. Since I was a child, you know. Or the green suit got discharged from medical, says Kozaki. Ooh. Artillery, yes. It's actually kind of funny. I trained in air defense. I was a rouge child or a rogue child. I was proficient at, you know, ground to air combat, which I find hilarious because now I love flying airplanes, right? Brilliant. But anyway, there's great opportunities there though in real life if you want to go the commercial route, if you want to go the military route, because that will absolutely fast track your commercial route later on in life. Like, put it this way, right? If you get a cadetship on a commercial air, like, which is like winning the lotto, right? To get a cadetship with a carrier, with an airline. If you go the military route, they'll pay you to do all your flight training. They'll pay you for every flight hour that you get. And they'll build you up to the highest possible ranking you can get in terms of aircraft check rides, navigation, nighttime, weapon, all of that. Even maintenance is thrown into a lot of these military courses now for pilots, right? It's no longer just a module. They actually go through aircraft maintenance. You know, you serve military for, 10, 15 years, then you go civilian. Great career, man. I know in Ireland, a lot for years, it hasn't happened as much, but for years, the civilian companies would always approach the Air Corps pilots and crew to work for them. They used to buy them out of their commission, which was nuts. To this day, there are a ton of ex-Air Corps pilots. They're flying with Aer Lingus, or I don't think many with Ryanair. There's probably one or two. They fly helicopters out in Qatar. They fly, like, it's an amazing career if you wanted to go that road. From the kind of, you know, the hobbyist side, or if you wanted to buy your own airplane, buying an airplane isn't as expensive as you might think. I mean, you can buy an airplane for under 100 grand if you want. You can buy an airplane for under 50 grand if you want, right? The cost of purchase isn't astronomical. The reality is, it's the cost of running the airplane. Because you have to break your cost into 3 different sections. You have your airframe, servicing, hours, engine, all that. You have your hangarage, where you keep the aircraft parked up. And then you have the insurance. And then you have a 4th cost, which is hidden, which is you staying current. Keeping your pilot's license active, medical active, all this kind of stuff. So you can buy an airplane, but it's everything else associated to it that makes it cost prohibitive for most people, you know? I really want to do pilot training, but no way you can gather the 100,000. That's why you're considering the Air Corps. So there's also options for that as well. They don't necessarily expect you to have 100,000 in your ass pocket and apply for a job. Usually what happens when you go to flight schools, right? You know, Atlantic Aviation or National Flight Center, when you approach these schools, they'll do a bit of an interview with you and they'll point you in the right direction as to where you can actually secure that funding, right? So you don't need to like have all your, obviously the more savings you have, the better, right? But they'll direct you towards a financer. If you get a cadetship, you know, with a major airline, well, they pay you that. They cover that cost, right? You've summed up ownership well. I'm dealing with all these costs. Newfoundland, yeah. Aircraft costs, like, they're nuts. Like, do you think about it, right? If you have like a 50-hour inspection, a 100-hour inspection, or God forbid, you know, the 1,000-hour inspection, tens of thousands for the larger inspection, tens of thousands, you know, over the life of the airplane. And like, it's funny, you break one thing. I'm a devil for pressing buttons and breaking things, but like in the real world, an avionics head like this, that could be 8 or 9 grand just for the screen, nothing else. The stuff then in behind it, well, that's probably another 8 or 9 grand. And then you probably find out there's an actuator that makes it all work. That's another 8 or 9 grand. So like, you're talking 30 to 40,000 euros for an avionics system. It's like, wait, what? It's crazy, you know? Trying to get a pilot license to do the flights like that lad in Florida, Steve-O. Steve-O got his pilot license through the Coast Guard, I think. Your buddy picked up his plane for 150. When his overhaul is due, it's going to be around 40 if nothing goes wrong. Yeah. Like, that's why it's quite popular. Like, if you can look at clubs, right? And you can say, okay, this club owns this airplane. And you can now join the club and you pay monthly to be a part of the club, and part of your money goes towards the insurance and hangarage and maintenance. And then you have a cost of flying the airplane outside of just your fuel. It's like, you know, $20 an hour to fly the airplane, even though you technically own it as part of a club, but that $20 is going towards the maintenance, wear and tear, and then you're paying for your fuel on top of that, which, depending on what you're doing, where you're going, if you wanted to go to a flight school and ask for a 1-hour lesson, probably cost you $200. If you were going to do a 1-hour flight in a club that you're part of the club and you want to fly said airplane with no instructor, well, your cost per hour is probably $80, give or take. Maybe 90. You often hear people say the $100 burger, right? Your grandfather willed me his V35, but I had to bring 3 other guys in to afford it. Yeah. Beautiful airplane, mech. Oh man, she's a V-tail, right? The insurance on them are nuts. The Impossible Face says, I do like watching the Flying Reporter when it comes to learning about aircraft maintenance. He's brilliant. The Flying Reporter, I watch a lot of his content. Steve-O One Canevo. Steve-O just does amazing flights. Aviation 101, Josh, his content is some of the best in terms of cinematics and all that jazz. Absolutely crazy. And then is it 1J or JC? Hang on, there's a new guy I'm watching and I'm loving his stuff. 1JC Pilot. He's mates with Steve-O. Had a mate who sold his house, moved to the USA, did his training and passed, came home, flew for EasyJet, and when he had a second medical, he had an issue with his jaw. He'd noticed while flying, he told the doctor, and it was from an injury when he was in his younger days, and that was the end of his career. What? Papa Justify, good to see you. Like, the reality is this, as a pilot, and this is where the thing gets risky, your eyesight, and that's why, like, usually to a lot of pilots, their eyes get damaged, especially flying high altitude. Like, there's nothing blocking the sun really, right? And they can fail their medical, which is just painful. But I still love aviation though. I absolutely adore it, and that's for me. Like, when you consider the real world side of it. Oh, Flight Chops is brilliant, Newfoundland. I met him before at Expo. He's awesome. This is where, for me, flight simulation, this scratches a lot of the itch for aviation for me, because 10 grand, if you're to say, right, over the lifetime or over 10 years, 10 grand would get you like all the gear, bells and whistles, PC, get you all the jazz you pretty much need, right? Maybe not the PC, but like that 10 grand, you have it for life. You know what I mean? If you want to get a PPL, it's like 15 grand. That's before you even start. That just gets you a PPL, you know? Plus with how real the sim is getting, the add-ons we have, the hardware we have, it's unbelievable. Scott owned a PA-28, beautiful, with 2 other lads, made flying affordable. Getting maintenance is crazy now. Yeah. Just trying to schedule a shop takes months, not nearly enough. Aircraft or parts as well. Yeah, insurance is nuts. That's nuts. Flyer 10, that's crazy, man. Noah says, I've always wanted to get my certificate. Unfortunately, you have MS, even though it's inactive for 16 years. I'm not sure if I could pass the medical, so I sim. Well, it depends on what type of career you want with aviation, right? And you've different classes of medicals in which you want to achieve. But like, I'm not being funny, right? Let's, aviation to me, unless you're going to go career, it's great to have an airplane and go flying. Don't get me wrong, but it's a dear hobby. It's an expensive hobby, right? Flight simming, instant return of your investment, instant. Piaggio Pilot says, coming from a corporate pilot perspective, I manage and fly my boss's Gulfstream and Piaggio. Just did a trip from the Virgin Islands, based in Vegas, into G2. The fuel bill came down to 24,000, give or take. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's very interesting. I love aviation. I'm in awe of people who fly airplanes, either for a hobby or professionally. Pilots are like, certified pilots are of a very particular breed. It's like any career you're in, right? If you're a specialist in any career, that could be building or, accountancy, friggin' logistics. You're on a certain level with people because you think the same. You're kind of wired the same, right? And then if you talk to someone from outside of that field, you're like, who's this guy? How does he even know how to tie his shoelaces? You know what I mean? Captain Gaiman is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Ram ain't cheap now. Ram has gone crazy, Donald. Maybe Murph should look into ultralights. Be no use. I'd literally only be able to fly myself and I set a goal to get a PPL because I wanted to fly my wife and my son and probably my dad to like France or whatever. 20 grand. Maybe. And then of course you have the risk of, you've seen me fall out of my chair in me sim rig, in me man cave. I'm like danger, right? I jumped out of a plane once and broke both my legs. Like, I'm not destined to do these things. Bad things will happen. I'm safer in here. Yes, very safe. Is this a modded beach? Paddy? No. This is this is in the deluxe version of the sim, I think. It would be the expensive hobby being able to fly. I do architecture as a career, a second passion, with passing of Mosaic. Mosaic. Potential hobby might be with better grasp. Flight Sim, man, does all. Look at the stuff you can do in Flight Sim. As I said, look at G-Lock. Do a search on YouTube, G-Lock Media, right? He's living out in Australia. Look at his Flight Sim setup. All he's missing is the smell, right? It's amazing. That's all you need. The way Sims are gone now, it's all you need. That'll definitely scratch the itch of your flying passion. Yeah, setup is amazing, Malky. It's a really nice guy as well. Now, is that where we're going? It is, friends, it is. There it is, Angkor Wat. Yes, I've been looking forward to this. Autopilot off. Let us ramble in, friends, as we go and explore. Commercial or cargo, what's better to get into? Cargo is easier, but it's harder. It's easier to get into, it's harder to operate in. Cargo tends to fly at the worst possible times, the red eye. Just go all out with Scalarchy. I need to like reach out to Scalarchy and tell them how much of a great lad I am, and I think I'd be brilliant if they were to say, Murph, here's some stuff. You know, what do you reckon, lads? Would that work? Scalarchy, a great bunch of lads. Listen, I've this idea and I think you should be interested in helping me, you know, make it a reality. What's that then, Murph? A full cockpit? Right? Did I see the trailer? No, I didn't, Captain Cayman. I was streaming. I'll have a look later. Lieutenant Bob is here. Good to see you. You'd have to deal with rude passengers. Yeah. Like freight doesn't really have an opinion. You know what I mean? They'd have to come build you a shed. Yeah, but we'll figure all that out. You know what I mean? Right, lads, this is terribly important because we're about to overfly landmark number 2 as we check it out. Ooh. Right. My sim crashed. Right during the thing.
Oh,
There's no way to recover this. Sure, there's not. Like it's shagged. Like it's did. Like we can't even get in there and say, listen, it's all right, Microsoft Flight Sim. Don't worry about it. Don't worry if the device, you know, was hanging. It will just like, you know. Be gob then. Couldn't we like just say okay and not crash the sim? No, we can't. Right. The good news is
the refund.
The good news is the airport is right beside us. You know what I mean?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Right, we'll get into it again and see what happens, right? What a time for it to go wrong. At least we had a good POV. We did a lovely POV. Yes, it all looked terribly, terribly well. I blame it on Seb. I don't know who we can blame that one on, you know. That's brilliant though, isn't it? In the words of Keane Lafford, brilliant. Yeah, the impossible face, we did that for you because you were 45 miles behind us. Yeah. Right, here we go again. You couldn't make it up. There we were, you know, right at the point of Bijani. The good news is we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Hardship, isn't it? Why couldn't you just do the thing and it'd be grand? No, it said, no, Murph, you shall not pass.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works.
Every time. For my next trick, I'll pull my hands out with my face. Whoop. Brilliant. At least we know what can happen, right? Murphy, ever generous to the tail end Charlies. Indeed, indeed. I finished work at 5 a.m, Murph. Can you delay things a bit? It's looking good, Eamon. Yeah, a couple more of these, and sure we'll be seeing you when you come back from work, right? 5 a.m, though. Jesus. But anyway, we'll be back in this now, hopefully, relatively soon. It was a really nice flight as well. I mean, Jesus. I was only saying how well the sim was working. And then it's like, no, your graphics card kind of... Wasn't there a setting I can bypass that? Isn't there a setting? There's a picture in the bar. The bar, you say? Where's this now? There's a pic in the bar. Where's Stu? Where'd you put it? Going to try and build myself a compact pedestal. Oh, look at this. Jesus, Dazza, that's fantastic. This is TPHI, but of course. Nice. Merce view of Angkor. That's my view of Angkor Wat. Is that what it's supposed to be? Nothing? you're what? Terrible! You know, that was terrible. Brilliant. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, anyway, come here. Wasn't there something we can do to, like, stop that from happening? That's a Windows game error. Where did this used to live? System. There was something that we were able to... I wonder. A DX error. There's something there we can do to kind of mitigate that. Or just ask Microsoft and Exobo to fix it. You had it when you had the XMP settings. Murph being Stu sniped. I've just been Stu sniped right now. Oh! Use the PS5. Stupid thing. Like, we get that it, like, well, it crashed the sim, the engine stopped, so there was a delay between the sim getting what it needed and it doing. Stu sniped. Very good, Super Thai. We've just been sniped by Stu Snape. Brilliant. Right, she's loading there now, lads. Asherby Gara wouldn't, you know. My timing was going to be deadly tonight. Precision, you know. But now we're going to be slightly over. But sure, listen, you know, it's only Monday. Great start to this week. Yep. The XMP settings, yeah, well, I'd run mine. Our sims have crashed now within 30 seconds of each other. Nothing in the event viewer. Ooh. Must use the same thou shall not pass. Yeah. I did an Ava Cadavra on your PC. An Ava Cadavra. Ava Cadavra or Abracadabra. Oh wait, it's Ava Cadavra. In Ireland we say abracadabra because, like, don't we have, like, abracadabra? Garlic cheese fries. Not much Harry Potter. Oh wait, Avda. Oh yeah, I see what you did there. He's a wizard, Harry. Oh wait, you're a wizard, Harry. Jesus. Oh, it's the death curse. Oh Jesus. I did. The missus made me watch all the Harry Potter movies. You know. Yeah.
FS realistic plus connected.
Thanks very much. No, I watched all the Harry Potters. They're actually good. You know. Avada Kedavra. Yeah. Try to say that 10 times backwards fast. Right, where were we? Oh, we're over here, look. Right. Now, I'm not going to start off at Siem Reap because we want to fly over the shagging place. So if I start over here, airborne, you know, says departure, airborne of 5,000 feet. Can we not change that, no? Flight conditions. Can we make it daytime, please? Yeah, about 11:30. Not a wizard, a spellcaster. And somehow you ended up preferring Lord of the Rings. Jesus, the amount of people flying. Just see the amount of people on the map. To be fair, Lord of the Rings is better. I like Lord of the Rings. Right. Don't crash again. This is a terrible long pause. It's thinking about crashing again. Hang on. Whoa now. Easy now. Turn you up where you need to be. Now. Right, I found it. So before it's sunrise, wait, is it? What's live time like? Ooh. Right, before I interrupted myself. Yeah, that made sense. We were doing one of these, look. Right. We're going to edit out the last bit, lads. You don't need to worry about it. Right. Did you hear Elton John's been bringing his pet rabbit to the gym? It's a little fit bunny. Damn it, Jim. Now, hopefully we don't break it this time, you know, with a bit of luck and the Janie then, and sure, look, we see what happens, right? Oh, it looks pretty. You need to have a pure mind and conscience, Mr. GPHI. They wouldn't let you access it. It's very pretty. A little bit hard to navigate around, but it's very, very pretty. Man, it's pretty. Right now.
Dude, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
It's very good, isn't it? Brilliant. Hospital Timbers here. Good to see you, Shane. Tear in your eye, right? Yeah, the music. Isn't it fantastic, though, isn't it? Man alive. I'm loving these. I'm loving the Landmark series, man. These are just, like, stunningly beautiful, aren't they? They are stunningly beautiful. Not too much at night time, mind you, but, like, it's just absolutely incredible. It's what a bit of music does, isn't it?
Allow myself to introduce.
Cynthia! Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Yeah, this is really nice. It's hard to get over the size of it. Like, there's the moat, then you have like the outer walls, the inner walls. Like, the detail's savage, isn't it? That's my plain pause just there at the top. Very, very pretty. But yeah, kind of a limitation. You think you were able to like get in and walk around it in the sim. Like, there's a lot of updates needed, isn't there? So like, it's a 2020 asset for sure. Just kind of dropped into 2024. Very nice though. Like all the inner temples and stuff. Isn't it mad? Our sign of the moon, no? Look at that sky. Jesus. Right, hang on there now. Before you completely shag the camera. We got a moon in this. Oh, there is lights. No sign of the moon, though. Really? No moon? Oh, big gob. We have a moon. Now, this is where this will get all terribly tricky, right? We'll do something we'll try to do something here. Right. Let's see what we can do here now, right? I don't know how well this will work, but we can try it. Fancy screenshot like. Oh, Jesus. Triple 7, good to see you. Floating embraer of clam jammer. Doesn't make any sense. Ah, brilliant. Murph, can you say hi to Gemma and Sarah? Hello, Gemma and Sarah. Hope you're well. Welcome in, welcome in. Right, now, begob then, that was, wasn't it? you know, a great bunch of lads. A great bunch of lads, you know. What's live time like? Oh, it's starting to become sunrise. There you go.
Right. Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Yeah, dramatic. Yeah. Sloppy lights as well, sure. Right. Oh, Jesus.
200.
200. Right, let's get back to the airport. Right.
200.
There's always one. In our parish, there's always 10. You know. Sure, listen, she'll be alright. Right, we're about to do a landing. Somewhere. Where did everyone go? Because they're over there at the airport, look. Excellent. Man, that was gorgeous, wasn't it? So, next week, where are we going? We're going to, next week we're going to, Mont Saint-Michel, or, you know, Mount St. Michael. We're heading over there to La France next week in the Duke. Ooh. DGS Murph, when you're using drone like that, am I using flow, active pause, or default? Just pause, default pause. Right, Jesus, slow down. Gear. Murph, any plans for when we hit 100 million nautical miles in FS Hub? I don't know. Runway 5, Murph. Lots of fun avoiding the tree. There's a tree on the threshold. Hang on, we'll overfly it. Easy now. 500. Inbound like an Egypt. Rex, you're going to make us famous for all the wrong reasons. Well, all the right reasons.
400.
400. Okay, so 400. What's this?
300.
3 is actually all right. I'll go down the far end of the parish though. I'm at the wrong airport. Wait, what? Am I? Wait. Don't panic. Oh, shit. That's the wrong airport, lads. Gear up. It's all right, lads. The wrong airport. I know how to fix this. We've another... How many? 10 miles. We're 10 miles. Yeah. It's all right. Listen, it could have happened to anyone, you know. Get that speed up there now. And sure, listen, you know. Yeah. We're going the wrong way. Now we're going to the right airport. Yes! I've been to the pool. Can this go inverted? Yes! No! Almost. We need a reboot of that show. You know. We're all right now. Don't think they can get the right folks to replace them. They were fab. I reckon we'd be good at it. You know, who would I be? Muse fan would have to be Mr. T. I pity the fool, hey. Brilliant. I pity the fool, hey. No way, Hammy, have you? Yeah, the reboot wasn't great. I pity the fool, hey. You'd be howling, right? I love it when a plan comes together. Ah, what a show. It's like we're on some sort of a mission. Does anyone know the intro in 1980 something? You know, what was it?
Overspeed.
I'd be face. You get all the ladies.
Overspeed.
How are you getting on? Hi.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Muse fan. The Savage Eye. You know, the bull. Did you ever see this parody? They bite down on electrical power. That's how they get their energy. I put them into the wood chipper outside. You don't want to Google it. The Savage Eye, Knight Rider. They don't make TV shows like that back in the day.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
We're overspeeding.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Like, we've nothing like this these days. Sure we haven't.
Hello there.
Please stand for the national anthem of Cambodia. You know, that was your ringtone. I thought the phone was ringing. Brilliant. The film was a scary version of A-Team. Yeah, yeah. Disaster. Oh, there's 05 now. I see it. Right, hang on. What was the team from Glenroe? Oh, do you remember Glenroe? Right, even though we're in a fixed wing, we're going to try this landing. Yes! Airwolf. Air Cub. Ground Cub. Wait, what? Right. We need to slow this machine down a bit, hey? Gear coming down. Air Biscuit. You send Mr. T image every year to your friends. It's April Fool. Wait now, hang on a second. We need to educate you here. This is... Hang on, I need to be quick. Ah, brilliant! No, hang on. Ah, Jesus, where is it? Someone keep an eye on me plane. Yes! What's going on with the sounds? I mean, Ireland's entire youth on a Sunday night when they heard that it was time for bed. Ah, no! Well, holy God. Would you believe that? Said Miley. Every episode. Jesus, mind the ground. Where's the... Jesus, I'm about to lose the airport.
100.
Where is it? Is it?
100.
Oh, Jesus! Where's the airport? What's behind me? Balls! We can do it. Yeah, it's tight, but we can do it. Your dad was the headmaster of the primary school. Yep. Easy now.
500.
500, he said. Mind the trees. Yeah. We've grand. This is totally a normal approach for the C90.
400.
Mr. Carmen, even though it's Collins. Ah, Dallas. Brilliant.
400.
Miley, who was the wife? Biddy. Miley and Biddy.
400. 400.
Oh, jeez, look at the tree right in the threshold. Ah, brilliant. Ah, look at that. That's brilliant, isn't it? How did they,
200.
We're going to put a big tree here, lads,
100.
Easy now. You don't even have a runway? Uh-oh. Easy now, Jemima. Easy now, Jemima. Easy. 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 We're not really slowing down here, Chief. Put her down, man. Yes. Eta. Yes. Jeez, this thing stops quick. Isn't it? Alright. See, the sounds are pretty good, The sounds are good with, like, reverse beta. Not so good with anything else, Mrs. GPHI has appeared to have lost her front landing gear. Medic! Right, park it up there now. Couldn't tie it. Jason, nearly fell out the plane, look. Right. Brilliant. Now, lads, hey, wasn't that some crack now for a Monday evening to start us into this week? We have visited the Angkor Wat. That was loads of fun, lads. Great flight. The C90 is a great little plane, I gotta say. If they just fix the sounds, I think they're onto a winner. It's a little bit light on features and whatnot, but it's not bad. I don't know what's that in the marketplace if you can pick it up, but it's pretty good, right? But lads, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in tonight, for spending your time with me on this Monday evening as we have finished up with our Landmarks Part 2. Next week we continue, Part 3, flying the Duke in France. We're off to visit Mont Saint Michel. So looking forward to that. What else then? Tomorrow, we're back tomorrow morning. We're over in X-Plane tomorrow morning. We're checking out Just Flight's newest Archer, the TX. So we'll do some general aviation flying using some on-air with X-Plane. We're trucking tomorrow night then, Euro Truck Sim. Wednesday we have the news and we invite Evan from the Flight Sim Association. We're going to be talking all things Flight Sim Expo. That's on Wednesday night's news. We also have some add-ons to show off, including the upcoming Quick Flight Striker, right, which looks surprisingly like a Cobra, and we have some scenery in there as well, and I'll be showing off some hardware, the Corsair Galleon 100 SD keyboard. I've been using this now since Friday, and I'm at the stage where I'm thinking I don't think I can flight sim without it, so I'm going to go through everything that I use, how I use it, and just it's an expensive bit of kit, but if you're in the market for a keyboard with a Stream Deck built into it outside of your normal computing stuff, right, maybe you do a bit of video editing or photo editing or something, for a flight sim, very handy to have a Stream Deck. So we'll be showing that off on Wednesday. Thursday we do our final Navigraph Academy flight, our solo cross country, and then we're doing our final US flight on VATSIM Thursdays. We will go back to the US, but this is the end of the US series as we take the 737 over to Albuquerque, and then on Friday night we're taking out the Corvallis, an airplane I haven't flown really at all, to the Pyrenees, or as I like to call them, the pair of knees. So it's a busy week, lads. And, well, as always, thank you so very, very much indeed for joining me and just sharing these experiences. Like, it's absolutely class when you think about it. Massive thanks for all the raids, for all the new folks who joined us here tonight. Thank you. You're most welcome. And you'll catch us over on our Discord. !Discord. Any day when that Corsair will be available. I reckon about 2 weeks or so, Hermit. It's on back order now, but they reckon 2 weeks, mid-Feb, it'll be shipping. But yeah, you're all very welcome in. Thank you so very much indeed. Kid Fox fell over for a second time. There's Engines 1-5. Yes, remember, light a candle and let's be praying for better model matching. It'll come soon. Right, lads, thank you all so very much indeed. Thank you for joining me, and we shall see you tomorrow at 1100 Zulu. So until then,
hello there.
Who's this? Zergo TV, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. So yeah, until tomorrow, you take care. Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta. Get out of the beta. Ah! That's weird, the throttle doesn't move.
Hey, good money.
Jerry Coogan, many thanks for the follow. Hang on, we need to get out of beta. No, that's backwards, Murph. Uh-oh. Get out of... Oh, we nearly tipped it over, lads. You see it? Jesus. Why won't you get out of beta, you devil? My controls are no longer agreeing with me. Right. What's it doing now? Not as beta. Stupid thing. Stop reversing. Ah, you need to go forwards. Dublin. Pascal Sheehy, RTE. Is Pascal Sheehy still doing the news? Oh, there's Gibbo, look! He almost turned it over! Gibbo, you nearly rolled it!
Yeah, baby!
Did you just say that? He nearly rolled the trailer coming in. Hilarious!
Cheers, Gibbo.